Oh my gosh, we are live. Welcome back to the CPTC live stream here. Welcome back to Chicago Paddle as well. It's week 1 for me, but week 2 for everyone else. So I'm just, for the entire season, you guys will be in the future of time.
Yeah, Matt chickened out last week.
Yep.
Hardy.
Literally.
Yeah, I did. What a disaster. But the rumors of my demise were greatly exaggerated.
Yes.
I'm Matt McClure alongside Jason Love, Sean Albrecht, Cal Noble, and my son Eli, who's doing tech support tonight. So welcome to the stream, Eli. It's a pleasure to be with all of you for week 2. This is, the continuation of warm weather paddle. I didn't feel you guys talked about it enough last week, so
we talked about you talking about it. How about that?
Yeah. Good. I dropped it in the chat. No one was watching.
It wasn't.
We had 3 viewers.
Yeah, but all of them talked about how warm it was. So clearly, it's an important topic to discuss tonight. Valleylo is hosting a Series 2 match against Knollwood Series 2.
Oh, the Knollwood. Was it the Cougars? No. That was the ladies. I'm sorry. I'll shut up. Okay, as you were. Matt, continue. Sorry.
I'm pretty sure it's the... I'm pretty sure it's the Valleylo tranches against the
guys, it's been great. It's been a great season.
Good night.
And thanks for tuning in.
Good night.
I don't remember what Knollwood's mascot is, but we'll come up with it eventually.
Oh, absolutely.
Did you know that Michigan Shores is the Owls?
The Owl, Michigan Shores.
Did you know that?
I did not know.
Just because of the logo.
Neither did they.
No. Well, it's good to know that it does exist. I thought we were making it up the whole time, but it turns out we should be asking. I should have put that on the Google form.
The Knollwood Red Rangers.
What questions do you have? What's your mascot?
Yeah, what mascot would you like us to put on the live stream?
Yeah, Chupacabras. The Chupacabras. No, it's not. Anyway, we got a heck of a match tonight, guys. This is almost legendary. Oh, you can't hear me anyway? What are you saying?
Sponsors.
Oh, the sponsors? Well, you could have given me a little bit of notice.
I tried.
Okay, anyway, our
you're right,
sponsors are wonderful sponsors. Illinois Bowen and Joint Institute, Wintrust Bank, and, of course, Viking Platform Tennis and Sports. And I'm sorry. I just want to make sure we get it in there because I blew it. And Volley. That's right, Volley. No, that's the machine that I'm pretty much in love with, other than my wife. I heard that somebody said that, and they're not wrong. I was gushing when we went over when we did the video shoot for them. I literally was like, "This is the greatest thing."
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I've ever seen. So
it's pretty cool. For anybody that hasn't had the chance to jump on a volley machine, you absolutely should as quickly as possible.
It's phenomenal.
I don't think they recommend jumping.
Well, you're not literally, but
it's too bad we can't mic up.
Cal was like
California.
sponsors, and I was like, no, I don't think they're called the Knollwood sponsors, Cal. That doesn't make any sense.
Come on, Cal, mind your own business.
What a weird
guy.
The sponsors,
the new guy.
Who comes up? This is the Generation City.
We gave the new guy a mic.
Well, not this week.
That's sending a message right now. So anyway, this is not Legends, but it feels that way.
Be.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, you don't get, Marino, Watring, and then on Granger in one night just during the week, just a weekday.
And here's the crazy part.
All right,
it's Series 2.
This is a Series 2
There we
match.
go again.
And to be clear, one is real this year again.
Yeah.
That's
so
right.
it's no longer fake. This is real.
That's incredible. Yeah, so
I always enjoyed those seasons when, some of the series didn't exist. They were just sort of a figment of your imagination.
Yeah. Remember when Series 1 was only Wednesday nights?
Yeah.
I love existential paddle. It's
Those
not
are the good
really.
old days.
It's right there.
We're gonna age ourselves, Matt.
There was a while there where it was a battle where it's just like, no, this is all we're doing. Mm-hmm. I remember.
Because it was all, at that point, teaching pros,
That's
really.
right, it was all pros.
And
We're like, we're going to
nobody
play when we
taught on
want.
Thursdays because it was ladies' matches.
Yep.
So good.
So it made perfect sense.
And the feeling's right.
Really great match tonight. I mean,
sorry.
If you had to pick right now, we're doing a coin flip?
Yes.
Are we going down the line? What's your pick?
I got even odds on both sides.
On Granger, one for on Granger, Sean?
Mike, because I've known Marino longer than everybody else, so it's got to be Mike. I got to go with. Besides, they're the home team.
But what day is it? It's a Thursday, so he didn't teach many hours today, so you got to have fresh legs.
That's right, exactly.
I mean, you got to throw that in there.
That's a bonus, yeah.
Matt, I'm going to go last. What are you going?
You know, I think we got a couple of things to think about. One is, you know, Ong is looking a little out of shape. And I'm concerned, you know,
Jeez, what does that make me?
Only because earlier
he only did 200 push-ups
he
today.
changed his shirt, and I was like, I can only see 7 of the 8 pack, and so I'm concerned, you know, that maybe there was a big lunch or something. So, you know, I'm saying it's going to go 3. But I gotta give it.
I gotta be like a parade float.
My boy Mitch Granger as well. I would love to see him put early.
Did they
victories
start
on the
already?
board.
Kids too? Eli, Mitch.
Yeah, Mitch is my 9th kid.
Yeah.
I think they started, didn't they?
They just got going.
Beautiful.
Yeah. First point.
Just spreading it around.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a short lob, but you know, look at Marino keeping it controlled. I'm letting the Jazz just fizzle out, guys. I'm sorry. I
think keep it going.
Really, you like it? I'm going to try to. Okay, thanks, Cal.
Okay.
What a shot. Did that go in? Did that go in?
I think it clipped the tape and dropped on
did
their
it?
side. Yeah.
Okay, so
15 low.
And once again,
15
I know
low.
I said this last week and all the weeks last week. Please continue to send me text messages during the broadcast.
Those are the best.
I love them.
Yeah, that's an art form where Coach McBoogie is concerned. His writing skill, much underestimated. So, matter of fact, I used to live for the newsletters from the country club. That was my favorite. But
Matt would write?
They were appreciated
they
by
were
Sean.
unbelievable. Yeah, I wasn't even part of the staff at the time. I would just tune in to watch. You know what I mean?
Did your web server there show you how many emails were opened and closed?
Yeah, it was there, and I got to be 5% higher than everybody by being occasionally entertaining.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
You don't see that very often.
Well, I mean, Mike has had for. I'm not gonna age him by saying how many years, but how many years has Mike had some of the best hands in the game?
No, it's true.
It just continues.
It's true. That and then the quips.
Got
my
the
favorite.
hands of a surgeon.
No, we
Little deep.
good eye.
And an eagle eye.
Exactly.
Eagle.
So this is a cool spot for us this evening because
we're
we are set up
outside.
outside, courtside and
phenomenal.
outside.
Can we do a selfie on air?
I'm
You
sure
guys
we can.
go ahead.
I'm sure we can get a.
Throw
we
it on there.
somehow-
I'm sure we can get a selfie
Can
in
we
there.
somehow get
I don't know
that?
if we can get that.
Maybe this guy will take it.
We'll have to let Coach Matt.
Do you want to
look
take
at it?
Yeah, we got a crowd out here.
The
It's like a
knock
live
down.
audience. Yeah.
It's big.
Can everybody see?
You know what's amazing? Here's
Yeah. Yeah. Perfect.
they got. So
We're gonna. Can we somehow post
Yeah,
that?
we can throw it.
you
Okay.
got the
Yeah.
score, don't you, Callie?
Yeah, email it to
Okay,
the
just making sure.
live stream
I mean,
account.
So good. Look at
I'm
that.
technically supposed to be doing
Okay.
play-by-play, so there we go. The
Yeah,
the
Cal can throw it
one-hander.
up.
I really can't.
Cal can throw up with the best of them.
What about the new guy? I don't care about Cal.
Pants the New Guy, one of my favorite band names of all time. I love.
New Guy.
I'm sorry.
You talked
I
about
just
that
threw
last
that in.
week,
Yes,
too.
I was going to say. I just figured because it was topical, I'd bring it up again. No pun intended, Jay. But we were talking about throwing up. But anyway, what are we at? 40-15? Yeah. But I'm kind of liking. You just forget
nice.
how active Andrew Ong is.
Great play.
Yeah, where he's just kind of opportunistic. You want to talk about just putting on a clinic as to how you can kind of take advantage of each shot, moment to moment. Of course, you also got to be like light speed. For some reason, the guy, what is his, like, what does he go, 26 miles an hour when he walks from the car? The guy's fast. Craziness.
Who are you talking about? The Flash?
Andrew Ong. No. Yeah.
Oh, that's a tough waterfall.
Oh, Watros with that thing just fell off the table.
First game to Valleylo.
The Valleylo campers are. I just figured it sounded that way, but Watros with the gravity defier. I don't know how that dropped that quickly.
He's got great hands too. You
He
know,
does.
I always compared playing Greg to. It's like playing Tracy McGrady. You know? It seems like he's not moving that
G-Mac.
fast or trying, but
Yeah.
then next thing you know, he dropped 40 on you in the
Yeah.
second quarter.
Yeah, it is. It is always frustrating to play against him because he is one of those guys that you feel like he's faking it.
Yeah,
like,
yes,
you're
yeah.
like
No.
he's out of position. Oh wait, no, he's not.
No, he's
But
not.
he moves
Yeah.
his feet so efficiently, right? Like he's not the squeaky shoes guy,
That's a great
right?
way
But
to
he
put
moves
it.
his feet so
You're right.
well.
Yeah, he's always balanced.
And he's got great hands.
Yes.
I like the balance comment. His top half never is teetered over,
Yep.
right?
Nope.
He's never tipping one way or the other.
We call that the Carmen Miranda syndrome, where the fruit is on the head and it doesn't move.
It's a
It's a
syndrome.
disease name. It's a
Wow.
disease.
Am I showing my age?
It's
I'm
been
sorry.
upgraded.
The
My goal
Chiquita
in
banana
life.
lady.
Ooh, that's a tough let cord
Fruit
clipper.
box.
Did it
Yeah.
stay in? Was that in?
I don't know.
It went off the top of Mitch's paddle.
Yeah, so
Oh, got it.
technically it is Marino and Watros' point.
And Mike playing the deuce side.
That's
Yeah.
a good point. That's a great point, Jay.
I mean,
Usually
his
is. Look at the
hands.
touch. The feel, the fabric of your life. That's what we're there. Sorry.
Hands?
Yeah, no, I was talking about cotton.
Oh.
It's all right.
I'm still stuck on the syndrome. Is that a weird goal in life to want a syndrome named after you? That's what do you have? Oh, I have McClure syndrome.
Well,
Garrick's disease.
Yeah,
I got it.
it's not the one.
maybe
that-
around. What did he steal your line there, Cal? Is that your problem? All right, stop it.
What are the chances of Lou Gehrig getting Lou
All
Gehrig?
right,
Okay, take it easy.
come on now.
Wait,
This is
It's a great
the guy who
pick.
brought
I may
up
have to
Monica
go-
Seles last week.
I
So-
I remember that. What did you just do? What are you doing? Oh, geez, I'm getting a phone call. Look at that. You know who it is?
You're so popular.
You're going to laugh your head off. You know who it is?
Oh,
It's
Richie
gotta be
Hofer.
Richie Hofer. Who but
Was it
Richie
Lou Gehrig?
Hofer is going to get
Yeah, that would-
mentioned on a platform telecast, Richie Hofer.
Yep.
I'm going to have to show him this clip just so it's funny.
You're gonna have to kill your Bluetooth connection.
Well,
to
that kind of, I didn't
stream?
think about that. No, I don't want to do that. We got it. I should say Cal, fortunately enough, because he's not distracted with a microphone. He can actually have it.
Mike, Mike, as always, he reads the
He
drive
does.
so well.
Yeah.
Totally.
And he gets right up on the net. We all, up in the booth, we know what he would say. Put your blank over the net.
It's a great
good
shot
read.
from Ock.
Bail away.
That's
Oh,
that
look at that.
opportunistic. What a
Look
at
shot.
that.
Great shot by
Mitch.
You got to get your
In
creep out of the
transition as
way.
Put a
well.
little
There.
sauce on that.
Totally.
I know that's something that he's
Saucy
been
nugs is
working
what we
on
call that.
over
Mitch?
the past couple of seasons. Yeah, just adding that extra juice to
Saucy
the
nugs.
offensive overhead opportunities.
Okay, so does Watros even have a two-hander? What was that? The man.
Off the screen?
Off the
Sure.
screen,
Does he
generally
really?
one, I think,
thought
off
he's
the high.
That's what I thought, but it looked like he hit two. I just love the improv is what I'm trying to say
It's
in
a
my
tough
long-winded way. That's going to maybe have a chance. No.
A rare miss by
Yeah,
Andrew.
off the lob,
Where's
trying
the
to add a
win
little
when you
extra
need it?
time.
All right, 15:40 break point for Mike and Greg.
Well, it's a returner's ballpark,
Sounds
right?
like the
You know?
Brady reunion, Mike and just saying. Shot. I need another reference from the 70s. We haven't seen too many. What a dig. You know, he was way too casual with that. I'm sorry. Most people have much
Oh,
more
that's
trouble
going to
with
be
that.
a nightmare.
I mean, there's another lob volley.
Yep.
The Valleylo guys, they must practice that here.
I think Mike's been coaching that for a while.
By the way, does anybody put more topspin on the forehand than Mitch Granger? But I don't
And
think
it's
so.
a heavy ball, too, let me tell you.
It drops like a stone.
What I love
it.
about it is that when he mishits it, it's even better. Like
It's true.
It's got so much
No,
junk
no,
on it
he's
that
right.
if he doesn't catch it clean,
Look
it, like,
at this. Oh, the flick one.
Yeah, it's so heavy.
There it
Oh,
is.
there.
That's what he's looking for.
You have to fully commit to that
On
shot.
target.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't commit, you got no chance.
It's such an easy one to be in the middle of that backswing and be like, "What am I, an idiot?"
I'm
And
scared.
then, yeah.
I'm scared.
It's good dating advice there, actually, J Love. Send your emails in to J Love,
All
which,
right.
by the way, makes sense. If it's dating, J Love, it works. How many times
I've
have you
got my
heard
last
that?
camp session of the week or of the season
season.
coming up tomorrow, and they asked. They said, "What do you want to work on?" I said, "Well, my court, we're just going to do a chalk talk on life, paddle, raising your kids,
Nice shot,
dating,
another angle.
marriages."
volley,
You
yeah.
know,
Almost flicked that over from Greg.
Certified life coach Jason Love.
how to get yourself into that alternate universe is always a big key of mine. Right? Just feel good about it.
Shrooms.
I think Buckaroo Banzai, you get a little different dimension.
Oh, that's a nightmare.
Sorry.
Well, it's the right shot.
I love
mean,
how
is,
Mike apologizes.
Yeah, he
Like,
does.
There's
I knew it. I know you knew it.
We are outside, so we can hear the banter.
I know you. These guys are chummy, by the way, so to speak. They're all friends, so you're not going to see any bad blood, which may not be as entertaining for some people, but I enjoy it.
Oh,
okay.
that's a good cut right
nice,
there.
nice touch.
And the
Greg.
right shot. Oh, he made
He's
it
there.
work.
So
You know what? I'm sorry. He's got light speed.
What a great pick by Mitch on the recovery.
It's just that, that's Ong's just like the
and Greg
Millennium
stayed
Falcon.
in there. Look at
He
that.
did.
This is going to be a great match.
I would have bailed for sure.
Oh, I was way gone. No chance I was in there.
I was ordering drinks at the bar and
It's
just
in there.
saying
No,
nice
it
shots.
is. It
Got
is.
it.
Good
And look at
move
Andrew
from
Blitz is off of.
Yep.
Jeez.
The slice.
He's there. The summer paddle and Andrew Ong, they just go together.
See, now we call this warm weather paddle, you guys.
Okay,
Where
sorry.
The point just won't
Said,
end
I'm
unless I
not
jinx it
characterized
by saying it out loud. And then
the
the
Mitch.
point ends.
The Grange Rover. Isn't that what you call him? That's right, sorry.
I mean, I'm
love
sure
that.
one
I
could
love
call
that.
him that.
I love that.
I mean, the fun part is so Andrew is kind of a newer, younger version of Mike, right? I mean, Mike at
He'll
his
love
best.
that when he listens back to the live stream.
If we're going to rip somebody, let's rip the director of the
Yeah,
club.
no, but my point is Mike. Part of his game was always causing a little chaos, right?
That's true.
Right. Yeah.
And-
it was movement. It was closing the net on volleys.
I used to call him Captain Chaos,
Yeah.
and Andrew does that. I'm not comparing the two other than their styles.
Yeah. No,
right?
I totally agree with you.
I mean, Mike's been to 2 national finals?
Yeah.
Yes, right.
Perennial top 10.
Yeah, he's got
Top
plenty
five.
of game, but I would say that's such a great
I
point.
mean, he's
Come
won
on.
charities 2-3 times. I mean,
Yep.
again, more of the style of play.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
Nice
it's
one-handed
it's a lot
magic
of movement base. It's a lot of poking
Master
shots and trying
Marino.
to, he's got a lot of disguise
And
on
he
a bunch of
blitzes.
his.
He sneaks in there.
Can I say it's home court advantage when Mike pulls stuff like that off? Is
Yeah,
that
I
allowed?
think so.
HCA. Now we're getting. Yeah, I'm missing the edit button with the profanity. My fault.
There was another piece of paddle trivia. I'm pretty sure that Valleylo a while back used to have screens that had sort of a rubber coating on
They
them.
had the plastic coated screens.
Right.
Yes.
And so the ball reacted just a little differently off of coming off the screens, and it was sort of a home court advantage thing. Like it wasn't quite as predictable as.
Thank you for
The standard
legitimizing my gibberish
I
commentary,
am
Coach.
happy to help.
Oh. I remember, again, dating myself, a young Matt Warner and I in one of our first tournaments in his lefty spin. And we played here on those plastic coated screens. And it was just a problem for anybody that we played against.
Sure.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
It was a real nightmare.
It was a seamer, but there was no seam there.
Oh, that's a tough shot by Mitch to come
wow.
up with that off the back
Granger.
screen.
Come on, man.
But look, there's Mike Marino, and a great example of that, right? He's the most competitive guy out here. Mitch hits a great shot, and what's the first thing he does?
Good ball.
Yeah, says great shot.
Yeah. Lob. There is something about being outside, guys. I'm really digging it. I don't know. No way.
Oh my
No
gosh.
way.
No
Oh,
way
come
did he make
on.
that.
Do we have a replay button for that one, Cal? Attaboy.
He was facing
sicko.
completely the wrong way.
Oh, that's a nightmare.
Okay, and then the fact that they won the points is a bonus. Check this out.
Well,
people.
he went Allen Iverson on that after he hit
Oy,
that spin move
come
lob. I mean,
on.
Yeah.
he was going to hit that attack overhead and
And
win the
Ron,
point
part
no
of the
matter what.
Cirque du Soleil Chicago region.
Look at
yeah.
the smile on Andrew's
Andrew,
face.
Yep.
wasn't there a Cirque du Soleil show called Ong? Anyway, I could have sworn.
There is now.
Okay, I like it. Thank you for legitimizing.
Opening in Vegas.
Sure, Sean.
I think what you'll notice, as I was talking about it earlier as well, is now that Ong has burned a few extra calories, you can tell how much better he's moving.
Yes,
how much smoother.
If he took his shirt off, you could see all 8
Right,
now.
all eight
all
now
8,
exist, yeah. But, sometimes at that, he's a microchip, He can't get a piece of sand in there.
Is he 30 years old yet?
I don't think he's 30 yet, no. I think he's one of those people that's still made of, rubber and magic.
He's got muscular legs. Look at
I
that.
hope. Wait a minute now, because I've got 8 rolls when I take my. And that's magically rubberish as well.
Luckily.
No way.
Oh.
That's a sick
Wow. You
made it
baseline
work.
cutter.
Full commitment.
Come
Yeah,
on.
full commitment.
You didn't get that on the replay, did you? Because that just would be for me.
Again,
That
this
was
is
a
a Series
sick
2
shot.
match for all people tuning in.
Yeah.
This is not the highest level
Right.
of paddle that Chicago
This is
offers.
I'm
actually
actually
a
gonna-
tryout.
I'm going to guess.
It's a tryout.
I'm going to guess that the combined PTI of this match is a +1.
It has to
I
be
think
like
that's a good-
close to that. Yeah.
It's a good
Combined.
guess
Both teams.
You're right.
I mean, Andrew's probably a negative
Andrew's in
8.
-7 or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mitch is in the negatives.
Yeah. Behind the back.
Come on. You're seeing a little bit of everything. Oh, could pull off the other one, but it's entertaining.
It's phenomenal.
And the crowd are loving it. I guess if you're up a break, you can actually, I mean, I'm just trying to be practical about it. You can actually try to pull stuff like that up.
Well, it's
Although
not a break
Mike
until you
would do
hold,
that.
Sean.
Did Brad Gilbert say that?
Forgot about that.
Is that in the Winning Ugly book?
Maybe it was.
That's all
Maybe
I
it was
said.
Winning
Remember that
Ugly.
book?
Yeah.
Who was, I actually got a chance to talk to a guy who grew up with Brad Gilbert, and I said, what do you think of his book, Burning Ugly? And he goes, well, he'd have to call it that because have you ever seen him?
I just think that I think that whole.
It's a great book, by the way.
Yeah, I think that whole model just sort of legitimized, like,
Yeah.
hey, some of you are thinking about how cool everything looks, and maybe it's
Yes.
better if you think about the results a little more.
Exactly.
Which I think is like a valid.
No,
you
he's
know,
an
it's a valid
unbelievable
viewpoint.
coach.
He's one of those,
he's a great coach.
you know, oh, you're not the most talented person in the world. Like, figure it out.
Yeah.
I think it made it real. Right?
sure.
Like it made it achievable.
Yeah.
It made it legitimate.
Yeah, because you can't, you know, the big three, you know, most recently, you couldn't coach anybody to, you know, if
No.
you're Roger Federer's coach, what do you do? I'm down love 40. Okay, hit 3 aces. Okay, no problem. Like, that's not, you know, that's
No,
not
you're
the
right.
sport.
Matter of fact, and of course I'm older than everybody here combined, but what he did with Andre Agassi was just nothing short of miraculous because
caught it?
even Agassi will tell you he can hit any shot, but Brad basically told him, hey man, what are you doing? Let me just show you what you need to do because, you know, you're much more talented than I ever was. And he did. He's an awesome coach and is even a better strategist.
That's a great series of drives from Valleylo to take the net.
Oh, good hands from Watrous. I love the off-speed
Yep.
forehand drive from Granger.
It's
a good
it's
move.
a good combination as well.
Almost too hard,
Smart.
especially for this, I was going to call it summer paddle, sorry,
Just
warm
a
weather
little bit.
paddle.
Well, that's, you know, missed lob just because it's warm weather paddle right there. Well mentioned, Sean.
Did I mention how cool the lights are here? By the way, they're nice. I mean, I don't mean that they look cool. All right, can I start over?
So we're
I didn't mean it.
we're commentating on a paddle match where the courts are all built the same.
But these are the best lights.
No, I'm just saying, every part of the court is lit up. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm used to sometimes playing at certain places, and you get little dark spots. And, you know, I'm not just talking about my skin complexion. I'm talking about the actual
You're right.
courts
They
and
are,
all.
Yeah, they're well lit.
they are good.
They're well lit.
I've been well lit for years.
If you're just joining us after getting your notification on YouTube a little late,
Golly.
we are in the middle of a
good
Series
hands.
2 battle between Valleylo and Knollwood. Knollwood being represented by Mitch Granger and Andrew Ong. And then over here on this side for Valleylo, right side of the court, director Mike Marino.
Yep.
In the gray long sleeve. And then Greg Wotring over here in the ad side. What's the score update? I can't
They're up.
see the
They're up a
board,
break
sorry.
here, Coach. They're up 3-1, and it's 40-30. Marino and Watering have a point to hold for 4-1, and they do. And well done.
And I'd like to just say, well, we're here again. Special thanks to Valleylo Club
Yes.
for hosting us tonight.
For sure.
And letting us stay outside.
Yeah, it's gorgeous out here.
beautiful
It's
out here.
65 degrees. As Sean said, the lights,
Hugh
perfect
Betcham.
lighting. Temperature's good. The
Who
grill
wants to
smells
slow down?
good. Yeah.
I
But-
just meant that they. Never mind.
Again, special thanks to Valleylo Club for hosting.
Yes.
Everything is great. And again, director of Racket Sports, Mike Marino, and runs a great program here, as everybody knows. Kind of a Chicago and national legend in terms of teaching and playing. And
Absolutely.
again,
Well,
Big
speaking of
thanks to
legend,
that.
we're here. This is you're listening to Jason Love, J-Lo, and Matt McClure. I'm just saying. And Cal Noble, who technically is a legend. I was going to say in your own mind, no, I just meant legend, period.
No, he's
And
just a
then
regular
Eli, who
legend.
is a legitimate legend.
also, and while we're live, I'm going to throw you guys out there. Thanks for the heads up. We are sitting outside. That would have been nice to know beforehand. But I've got a vest.
I do like
So-
it. I do like it that you think that there was like advanced thought
Yeah,
in
no,
the process.
I mean, again, I've got a,
I mean,
I've
like,
got
I
a
guess I
vest.
could have given you 45 minutes notice. I have an extra jacket,
No,
like
no.
I said.
I mean, I got my vest. I'm good.
I'm fine. I got a vest.
I would, if I could lend you my fat, I would do that. I'd lend out the fat of just part of my fat. I think I could just use my, one side of me, and I think I could blanket the entire part of the clubhouse. Probably. What a shot!
So, quick little update, Sean, if I may, on the match. So we're 4-1, but it's been a good match.
It is. It doesn't feel like there's a break of serve.
You've got the incredibly talented veteran side, right?
Yeah.
Of Wotring and Marino, right? But
I love that move.
Mitch Granger's playing fantastic. Andrew's starting to heat up a little bit. He's starting to activate, as I like to say.
Yep, I agree. If anything, I would say the difference in the score here is just a little bit more adrenaline coming from Knollwood at the moment.
Yeah.
Maybe Mitch and Andrew a few more aggressive errors at this point. Mike is doing his thing, and it's hard to rattle Wotring in any way that, where he's going to start making a lot of mistakes. So,
well, I mean, combined, if you and look, Mitch has been playing in Chicago for a long time.
Yeah.
Since he was probably in high school. I'm going to say he was probably playing CPTC league matches. But I mean, again, Mike and Greg have a combined 8,000 matches.
That's crazy.
So they come out at regular speed. Mitch and Andrew come out with a little gas on the, foot on the gas a little bit.
Could tell from here, sir. They're asking whether the serve was good. Look at Mike giving him another serve.
I thought I caught the line, Mike.
Yeah, don't ask me.
Sounds good. I got a beam in front of me. You guys are up above me, so to speak.
Did you think it was on? Really?
Who knows? But that's already what they were doing. And if we go back to the replay and I look stupid, that's fine.
Oh my God. Okay, so Ed Granger. Another Chicago national legend just texted in, and we've got that PTI update.
Oh,
so he actually looked it up?
We've got Mitch on the court at the best PTI at a -9.
Yep.
Wow.
-9. Yep. Andrew -7. Greg -4.5. Mike -2.5. So we're nowhere near a positive.
Yeah. We're not even close.
Yeah, not even close.
We're way negative.
Thanks, Ed, for that. I appreciate it.
The PTI might be negative, but our commentary will be positive.
That's right. All right, on a personal note, I want to say congratulations to Ed. I just want to know what he's going to call himself when he is a grandfather.
Oh, yeah, that is.
Maybe he's been a grandfather before, but my point is, I like Grandpappy. I'm kind of a, I'm just saying. That's
he's requested Big Daddy, which I think is an interesting choice, but more power to him. He can do what he wants.
I'm going to change the conversation topic a little bit and say that I've had a lot of fun with Ed on the court over the years.
Oh yeah, it's been a blast playing with him and
awesome.
Mitch.
Yeah, great dude, and an excellent player, by the way.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Maybe he can text in, Ed, father-son doubles, you and Mitch. What's your best result? And
are we talking platform or tennis? Because let's face it, they could also wreak some serious havoc on the tennis court as well.
I mean, they are a tough tennis team to beat.
On a father-son
absolutely.
outing,
Yep. Actually, you know what? I'll take Nick and Mike.
That's a good one, too.
I would put Nick and Mike up against Mitch. I'm saying Nick doesn't even know who I am, but I've seen you play a bunch of times.
He's lefty, play righty.
I'm just telling you, I would. I've seen that.
Oh, that's tough.
If you can put up with your dad
for hands. Marino just keeping his paddle in front on the retreat.
Yep.
You know who weren't
That's a sick shot.
You know who weren't that tough? Was the Jim Love, Jason Love combo.
Listen,
we were okay.
I don't sell yourself short.
Yeah.
I was only good after my dad had that hip replacement, and then they let us play in the wheelchair league, and it was. When I got 2 bounces, I was a lethal threat.
I couldn't play with my dad. It was Chubb singles or nothing. We just, and you can't play Chubb singles in paddle because it only lasts, 2 shots. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. By the way, do you like he actually faked the overhead?
No, well, can I go technical for 1 second?
I would love that.
Can we throw a replay on that?
Can you?
He had the power 90, the double 90 going, so his elbow was up with a 90-degree angle above and below, so no one knows what's coming. And at the last second, he drops underneath the ball.
I just felt like that. Not only is it effective, it's stylish, which to me, you should get extra...
extra points for
style. I think
but
so.
It seems like
your rating should
but
go
it's
down.
Not, right?
Yes, yeah.
It seems like you're faking the world out, but if every overhead is set up the right way technically,
you're able
you
to
can hit any
it
shot.
gives you that option, right?
This just in.
Nice lob.
So the Grangers, with a tennis ranking of number 6 in the nation, father,
that doesn't
son.
surprise me.
That's all 50 states.
Oh, it
With the
wasn't the
US
continental U.S.? You might not be the best in Alaska.
The U.S. protectorate notwithstanding. Puerto Rico, can't count.
Ed, that was Matt and Sean that went after you guys, not me, for the record.
Ed, he knows better. I would not. I'm not just saying. It'd be a good match. I'm just saying. I'm just because he is our host. I'm talking about Coach Marino.
Yeah.
So.
No,
Coach
they were
Mo.
good. Little
that's
fast.
uncharacteristic. Andrew doesn't miss those. I'm just going to say it. Seen the guy play enough.
They seem a little rattled right
That's
now.
all right. Well, when you
little
get
out of tempo.
I do think that
twice.
it doesn't seem
do it to you.
like they're making bad decisions. It just seems like there's been a few more errors creeping in on the, maybe a little more aggression than what's needed.
Yes.
Yeah.
You
Let's
try to
stay
put
there.
that, especially, you maybe play a couple early games and, even though they're long, they don't go your way. And all of a sudden it's, 1-4 or 2-5 or, those kinds of scores where you feel like I need to get back into this. And maybe you add 5 miles an hour when you shouldn't.
Yeah.
Yep. Easy to get a little carried away because the weather's warmer, guys. Is that necessarily
it definitely
the case?
adds an element of feeling like, especially early season, like you can do almost anything, and
Yes.
it can cause some problems, right? It can cause some issues in,
We got a set point here.
you might accelerate more than you should, maybe some decision making where you drive a ball that's questionable because it feels like it's just bouncing nice and high.
Yes.
You can put extra spin on it, so maybe you try to go for an attack overhead when really you should just be placing it. Like those, I bet
Sure.
if you go back
Yeah.
in the set and add up some of those errors, that's where it's going to come from, is a couple, misses at key points that are
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
nice shot.
Wow.
and I think, too, that also
Spreading
plays
the
a little
wealth
bit of the
around,
style of
Mitch.
play, right?
The
Mitch
Wizards.
and Andrew are going to be more aggressive.
Yes, that's
That's just
their
their
game.
style of play.
Gandalf won. Still another match point here for Marino Watering, by the way. But a sicko cutter from
I do
the Range Rover.
think that Greg and Mike have found that kind of perfect level of
Yes.
aggression where it's
Yep.
they didn't crawl into a shell and go, well, if these guys are going to be aggressive, we're going to lob every ball. They're
No.
still taking their shots when they, get them.
Yep.
They're just doing a great job sort of managing the ebb and flow.
No question.
I also think, too, that they're
Unflappable.
willing to take certain risk, right? So they're going to put balls in an area where Mitch might drive it,
Yep.
but they're okay taking that drive,
Yep.
right? Or Andrew's going to drive it, they're okay in that position, as opposed to saying, go ahead, let her rip at any moment.
Sure.
Very calculated.
Yep.
Well, you were talking about that last week, J-Lo. Sometimes you're in position for what you're trying to actually incite out of another team or literally see if you can draw out of another team.
Yeah.
What a shot.
Well,
Hands.
it's a lot of the times less about you,
Yes.
or less about them
might
and more
be
about
it.
you, right? Like if I'm going
There
to
it
face
is.
a volley, I want to take this volley as opposed to.
That is the
Yeah.
first set. Yeah. Well,
Solid first set
I
here.
don't see that going that quickly in the second set. I'm just going to say, guys.
No, but I do think that you'll end up in situations like this, especially warm weather paddle, where
Yep.
you're going to take your swings when you get them. Then clearly, Mitch and Andrew were sort of just saying, we're just going to play our game for this entire first set. We're not going to go into full lob mode. We're not going to slow things down.
Nope.
You definitely saw, triple the reset overheads and pace control
Yep.
from Mike and Greg in that opening set. So we'll look
Totally.
forward
Taking
to
my
seeing some
swings and
adjustments.
going home.
We'll
Yeah.
hear from our sponsors real quick. We'll be back with the second set.
Go get them.
From the heart of Chicago up to the North Shore and stretching from the northwest suburbs down to Kankakee. From urgent in-office care to virtual in-home visits, we're making orthopedic care available wherever and however you need it. Because while we're adapting our lives to keep each other safe, we know that new injuries will happen and old injuries will still linger. And IBJI is here to help.
not your bank's top priority? Here at Wintrust, we take a different approach to banking. No hidden fees or runarounds, but a true banking partner focused on your unique financial goals. Whether you're opening your first account, found your dream home, planning for the future, or starting a business, we have the financial solutions to get you there. Stop settling and start experiencing a better way to bank. Wintrust. Different approach, better results.
And we are back, bringing you this match, Series 2, Chicago Paddle.
May I have some also? What are you doing?
Valleylo
touch
Club, the state of Illinois.
You know what, Cal? He's such a juvenile. If you didn't know he was 20, what are you, 22?
Well, he saw buttons and lights.
Call me Abby. Call me Abby.
So great first set here with Valleylo coming out on top.
Yes.
The veteran play of Wotring Marino outlasting the firepower so far.
That's right.
Ong
they
and
were hacking
Granger.
with their paddles, Coach.
Good first set, though. Super fun. Plenty of highlights that we can pull for social media as we get that going.
Andrew looks like he's ready to die for our sins.
Well, not yet, but it is still, I think they call it warm weather paddle, Cal. So
I think they call it macho.
That is currently where it's at.
What?
So we're coming to you with set number 2 here.
Yes.
And I think what's the over-under on the second set being longer? What do you think?
Wow.
What was that set?
Is it going to be
25
longer?
minutes?
I don't.
Not even?
Wow.
It's 7:14. We had a 10-minute warm-up. Yeah, I mean, it's in that. It was in that range. 25 minutes.
Something like that.
About right.
I'm going to say, 27. That's what, if we're doing a pool, I'm going to say 27. That's what I'm going to say.
Again, what's amazing to me is, right?
What are we, slow dancing? What do you
look at this match and you think, okay, what are Mitch and Andrew going to do to change the dynamic of this match?
I love that question.
I would throw out the idea that they are going to have to slow down their speed, like their, what do you want to call it? Their average speed, right? Because they're coming out guns blazing.
Yes.
And it's like Mike and Greg acclimated to that really heavy, aggressive play really fast.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They almost prefer the pace.
And so if you don't slow it down in the middle, then when you hit your best shot, there's nothing special about it because it doesn't feel like, that was more, that got there quicker. You might have to intentionally slow down the meat of the point in order to get an adjustment.
Well, and you've got Greg, as we call him, Whoa, right?
Do we? Okay.
He's a counterpuncher.
I've never heard that.
Come on. You can call him Whoa, but he's a counterpuncher by nature, right? You know, and again, that Tracy McGrady analysis, like I said, comparison, right?
Yeah, he likes that when you're throwing it at him.
Yeah, and Mike's kind of become that, more so. But see, look, so the question is do you turn up the dial more, right? Mm-hmm. Do you try to get them off balance? And clearly, by that first point, I would say yes, like they're trying to ramp it up.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's just see if that actually happens. It looks like they're at the same pace in my, but you know what? Sometimes also, and I'm just going to say it, these guys, because they're kind of streaky and they maybe shake off a little rust.
God, that's a great
You know what I'm saying? You guys, I would think they'd shake off a little rust. Maybe they could actually perform a little bit better in that. Will they take the set that way? I don't know. Anyway.
I also want to throw, so I had another question here, guys. Can we get a score check on the other courts? The answer, first off, Craig Kottman, is no, because we have no clue what's even going on in this match, let alone the other matches. But the secondary comment I want to make is, for those of you that don't know the Kottman family.
Do you have notes? Sorry.
Look, the CPTC version of the APTA, right, if you will, runs heavily on volunteers. Obviously, I'm getting paid a huge salary to do this, as are a couple others. But the point being is we rely heavily on volunteers, and the Kottmans are legendary. Again, we've used that word a number of times in Chicago, but
this
what
really,
they've done
really
for the Chicago
is what
paddle and the national paddle world is really unbelievable. So I'm sorry, Craig. I don't have a score for you.
Well, no, here's what I was going to say. I was talking to a guy. I was in it's a tennis shop in and around the North Shore suburbs, and I ran into a guy who plays for Evanston Golf Club. He plays, I don't know, a series. His name's Tom, really good dude. And he goes, the one thing that bothers me the most, and I said, what was that? Is that if you're above a certain series, nobody wants to touch the scoreboard.
Yeah.
And Tom's absolutely right, because nobody does. I mean, if you think about it, we're also, every so often, and I'll play and I'll say, excuse me, what is the score? I don't remember. I don't know, all of a sudden, but if we did use that scoreboard, because there is one out there, I'm just saying.
You're playing that wrong, Sean. Just make it up in your favor. What's the score, 40-15?
Yeah, no, I've done that many times.
Yeah.
Actually, it is interesting how often it came up, but they were like, I got that comment. The guys never use the scoreboard on the side of the court. And I was like, that's because I think that they know what the game score is. I think our arguments are about, is it 30 all or 40-15?
Yeah, not the games. We know the games.
Yeah. Well, there was I can't remember a single discussion of like, is it 2-3 or 3-2?
What's better for me?
Look at that. Unbelievable. And he got it.
Nice pick. I will say that if I had to be really nitpicky on a difference between the two teams, and now this is going to make me look stupid, I was going to say that Ong and Granger have been more aggressive in transition and maybe made a few more errors, whereas I think Mike and Greg were sort of willing to slow it down when they take the net a little bit more and like establish themselves.
Yes.
But
take what the defense gives you there.
That one makes me
we mentioned earlier, like, do you turn up the dial and you bait them into being a little bit more aggressive? So it's like that cat and mouse game, right?
Yeah.
So can you get Mike and Greg to turn it up where they don't want to?
Yeah, and that's really hard to do because I also think that Mike and Greg have a style in which they don't tend to overplay a lot of shots. Like, they both sort of have that sort of precision drive, and with the exception of Marino's FYM, like it doesn't.
Right.
It's picking spots and hitting shots that you can make. It doesn't seem like they take swings very often where it's like, I'm going for broke.
Right.
That's
but look at the coverage from Watrous. Legendary.
He missed that last overhead, going for a little bit of that cutter to the ad side.
Yep.
And he probably would have just reset it to the middle.
Great shot.
They've forced him to play out of character a little bit.
Yeah.
Rooting.
And apparently John Watrous has made an appearance, but we meant Greg Wotring. So.
Did I say that?
But it's
it
all
was
right.
me.
I mean,
is John on this team too? How many teams is John on?
You know what? He's so ubiquitous that he's everywhere.
When you wrote the PTI algorithm, you have to play 8 million matches.
Yeah, you're required to also be on the live stream. I will say that in our opening,
Greg's going to be like, just kick Sean.
Just call him Whoa. It's Whoa.
I will say in our opening video montage, I had to leave in the incredible screen drive of Watrous.
Did you?
Yeah, because it's one of those shots where it's like we captured on camera in slow motion. Like, it's probably just going to become, a legendary part of Chicago paddle.
I want to also, again, keep the text coming in, viewers.
Sure.
We've got apparently young kids watching tonight, so big shout out to
big shout out to watching your mouth for the rest of the match.
And
we'll keep it clean. No
editor,
FYMs, or at least we won't describe what it means.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
Not to even talk about it anymore.
Nice.
And for those kids watching,
no pick. Square of despair. I noticed that the Valleylo insignia is another windscreen.
It is a good target.
And it is a nice target there for the square of despair.
Thank you, Sean, for reminding me. We taught camps here for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And I've actually on the record of saying this. The Valleylo logo is the best placed logo.
Yes.
On the North Shore.
Absolutely.
Why?
Square of despair.
Because it's low. All the other logos are up high.
Yep, a spot that you should never hit.
No.
Correct.
Exactly.
And the point is look, I cheat, meaning like you put a target out on the court, right?
Yeah, no.
So the point is that logo is there every
Yes.
time, so you can hit your reset overhead there. Oh,
I
yeah,
love
great
the move.
move.
But great
you know
hands.
what? Greg's just automatic, unbelievable. I was feeling pretty good about Andrew's clothes on that
Nice
one.
touch.
And I don't mean what he's wearing.
Well, that too.
Matt will comment on
What
that.
a shot. He got it.
Abs.
Speed. Okay, Greg is basically Sauron over there.
But see,
He's freaking Saruman over there. You can't beat him.
See,
we got to get the ring of power.
I'm curious to get a text from Ed on this, but I'd love to see him just put a firm one back at him and then cut the second ball instead of trying to
go for the big roller.
Creativity from J-Lo.
So,
I like what a
I don't know, Ed,
okay,
Ed,
Mike.
chime in on me. You know, a little father-son action there. But
Vintage Momo. What an unbelievable. I mean that in a Get Shorty way, by the way, if anybody remembers that movie.
It's Whoa-Whoa.
I know, but I'm
Momo.
calling Mike. I called Mike Mo. So I called him Momo.
No. What is happening?
Who's up first, you guys?
He's the loan shark. He's the loan shark Chili Palmer works for. Come on, man. Play along. I can't be the only one that saw that.
No, I just watched that the other night because you made the reference.
Oh, is that right?
A couple weeks ago, yeah. I was like, Get Shorty's a great flick.
It is. Sit. It's in there.
Oh, it's in.
Nice touch, Mitch. Get down. In there.
You got it.
Look at that.
Get down on it. We're cool in the gang, lobbing and re-lobbing.
Mitch. Yeah, I do think that ultimately right now what's interesting is that the transition game is benefiting Valleylo, Mike and Greg a little bit more than it is Mitch and Andrew at the moment, which I bet is not – I don't think that's the norm for them. I think when Mitch and Andrew play together, they love the transition stuff and you know how quickly it goes.
Yeah.
It's just that Greg and
Momo by the way,
have
nobody
managed it a little bit better.
Well, I think we talked about the movement before, right?
Yes.
And Mike and Greg are controlling the middle of the court better.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
That transition zone. So whereas Andrew and Mitch are trying to run the transition game, they're holding than Andrew and Mitch right now.
You know what? I'm going to say it. It's the elephant in the room. They're also a little older team.
Move.
A little older team. Usually, older guys, they like to kind of move a little less. Yeah.
We like to use the word experience.
Okay, sorry. But my point is, young legs, man, they don't mind running all day long. Where, you know, if you're, you know, getting on and you're just like, look, we want to be economical with our movement, J-Lo. It's like, I would rather, you know, do that. So I think Mike and Greg definitely have that in their repertoire.
Great return there, screen drive by Andrew. I just want to comment on that. He held that ball so long. Long, not on.
See, that's
way.
That's going to be stuff that.
So, hey, everybody at home, we're not supposed to hit a backhand volley. No high backhand volleys, everybody. Oop. We just come off the camp. Yeah, that's.
I said this the other day during a drill. I said sometimes the best drive you hit is the one you don't hit. Right? And Andrew there, Mike bit hard.
100%
that drive. Yeah.
Wow.
Look at that. Jeez.
Come on. Sick.
Yeah, I think
Range Rover.
I do think that
coming
this
up
is,
with it.
You know, these.
Sorry, Cal. I'm giving you a royalty. What do you want?
Cal's getting a royalty. Cal's getting paid.
Wait, we're supposed to get paid.
I do think that this is sort of what Mitch and Andrew need is a few. I was about to say they got a few missed volleys out of Greg and Whoa-Whoa.
Whoa-Whoa, not Momo.
Whoa-Whoa and Momo.
No, I think they've gotten Mike and Greg to bite on picking up the pace.
Agreed.
You know.
Yep.
Yeah, agreed. Although it hasn't quite benefited them yet with a couple of overhead errors.
I've never tried this, but I was thinking about this where if I know somebody just wants to hit their one-handed backhand drive, just keep feeding it to their backhand. Come on, I know you want it. Telling them that.
Come on, make it happen.
Come on, life's too short. Go ahead and swing at it.
Come on, hit it. You know, I played some tournaments with
hands.
Ben Ashford back in the day, and one of the things that he loved to do intentionally was, and like on overhead number 6 or 7, he would intentionally like pretend to grunt and like have a little trouble with it because he was just trying to bait the drive. Like he had great hands, and so it was always entertaining to me that he would randomly pick one and go, "Oh,
good eye!"
and then
from yeah, I could see
out of
Ben Ashford doing that. For
it was always entertaining to me. So then he started doing it, and I would laugh in the middle of a point because I knew what he was doing.
You know what's coming.
And somebody would drive it, and then he would stuff a volley and be like, "What's so funny?" And I'd be like, "Oh, no,
great pressure." Is that
definitely
two love?
It is. So I think they've righted the ship a little bit.
No, it was good. Yeah, it was good. My story was too long.
No,
you have 5 seconds to get your story out.
Yeah. Where's Cal on that? Beep.
the CPTC
bleep out.
journalism school.
It's like
we don't
an
have enough room
Emmys
for that.
award show. They're just going to start playing the music.
Sean has the ability to do that.
I can.
Or when he gets a phone
Here
call.
comes the hook.
Or when he gets a phone
Only if it's Rich Hofer, because nobody else gets a track when they call me. Anyway,
I'm sorry, I just can't accept that award with all the veganism going on in the world. I'm going to give it back. Thank you to the Academy, but no thank you.
Start the music.
Yep.
Feed the award to. What do you? Don't do that, Cal.
Nice.
Cal,
Valleylo
don't do
logo.
that.
Yep.
Cal, what are you doing? Are you playing something?
That's good touch.
Is that my ringer?
So
That's my ringer, though. It's different.
what's interesting, and Matt, I
Way
don't know
to
if you
quit and
noticed,
be
but
professional.
that's the second or third time both teams now have switched at the net.
Yeah.
I noticed that.
And I
I was
would,
too scared to say anything. What?
but I wouldn't necessarily say that any of these guys, right, have that dominant of an overhead. But it's almost like a position play rather than a shot play, right?
Yeah, what's
Yeah.
interesting about it is I think as opposed to the overhead, I think it's about who they want at the net.
Yes.
Like
The
cutting off
volley as
volleys.
opposed to the overhead, yeah.
I think that's more what they're looking to set up,
That's
which
a
I
good
would
overhead.
agree with.
That is
Shot.
filthy.
I would agree that I think Andrew Ong likes to be a little bit more aggressive with cutting off his volley.
That was a little bad English on that.
So you think their
puppy.
best play is Mitch as the overheader?
I think so. Yeah,
Yeah.
trying to do some damage, by mixing up his overheads and the targeting, but then cleaning up the garbage is a much bigger part of higher level paddle, right? Like you're not going to hit one overhead and be like, well, point's over, but you will get a
There's some
random
guys.
garbage
Yeah.
dig. If somebody hits an awesome overhead, you will get the short ball that maybe somebody's better at tracking down and
Bring it
and
back.
putting
Oh,
away.
yeah.
I mean, you know who had
Oh,
the best?
surprise.
You know who had the best drop shot ever in the history of paddle?
Raleigh.
Rod Workman.
Oh,
after
yeah,
Brian
yeah,
Uline
yeah,
would hit
yeah.
an overhead, right? But to your point, like
My point.
Brian hits the overhead, Rod
Right.
slides over and cleans up,
Yeah,
right? I mean, it
yeah.
was just
It's a big serve.
Yeah, when somebody's
Little one.
really working hard to dig out a tough overhead, that's your opportunity as the net player, to
Yes.
sneak over and be like, okay,
Yeah.
well, I can help, do some damage now.
That's almost a
I
Beatles
try to
song right
teach
there.
saying those two really important words, thank you, right?
Thank you.
Wow.
So as the volleyer, you just go, thank you. For
Nice
making me
shot.
look
Good
so
overhead.
good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough because my autocorrect makes it one word, and so I don't,
These young people these
it's
days.
technical.
Well, there's also the other thing is, and I noticed this between Momo and Wowo, that I'm going to keep saying
It's not a thing.
And by the way, when I mentioned that Greg was Sauerman, it's just because he was wearing kind of a black top.
Nobody knows who that is.
Come on, what do you mean?
Didn't you
nobody
last
knows
week
who?
go down this whole Fantasy Island kind of thing?
Well, that wasn't fantasy. Well, wow, you're going.
Fantasy
I'm talking
Island
about-
is also awesome.
Yes.
I'm
And he
saying
doesn't
they
look.
didn't they last week go down this?
He's Mr. Rourke.
Okay.
Yeah, but Mitch is everywhere right now.
He is.
He's feeling it.
Yep.
Allen Iverson.
Just kidding. That is his ball, by the way, and that was about what I was going to say. Is that I think Mike.
Oh, that's tough. That is the right shot.
God.
At least in the first
out.
set,
I mean,
Mike
Mike
and Greg never get in the way of each other. Is what I was trying to say, Jay. That's all. So 3-love, J Love. Yeah. Now you're
Confirmed.
seeing.
3-love. Yep.
Now you're seeing Ong's. He's doing the head and shoulders Troy Polamalu thing right now, which we should just
Pantene Pro V, the whole
yeah,
thing,
we should
Pantene Pro
basically
V.
get the.
Remember those
close-up.
commercials?
Of course, absolutely.
Well, if Big Joe likes it.
My favorite is right now the Troy Polamalu Little Troy. First of all, why is I know I'm sorry, but why
I
is
love it that
Patrick? Will you stop it, Cal? I'll slap you. Why is Patrick Mahomes shampooing somebody's hair? First of all, that's what I want to know. The guy makes $50 million, but no.
Why not?
Little Troy, and his tiny, gorgeous hair.
So
That's what was
I
gonna
know
say.
Craig Cottman's going to be upset with me, but
Why? What'd you do this time?
But I'm just looking over at another court, and we've got the
I was going to
honorable.
say the same thing.
Yes.
I was going to say the same
We've
thing.
got the honorable John Noble warming up for his match.
Playing with Mike Shabraya.
I mean, longtime team.
Yep.
Wow,
I'm actually disappointed that this one didn't wrap up in time for us to get that as the second match.
Can we
of
get
the
them
live
on,
stream.
please?
it's
Yeah.
possible.
Well, they're going to play best of 5 sets, so we'll be able
Well,
to.
Yeah, our lawyer.
I know, attorney.
Mine too, new guy. Yeah. Big shout out to Mike Shabraya. Love you, man.
We appreciate both him and his practice.
Yeah, and I'm not paying my invoice. So,
Wow.
just saying, on air.
Does he have a video commercial we can run?
We probably could. Yeah, we should probably talk to him about.
The funny part is all of us owe him money.
Pretty much. All right, so Wowo is serving, and Momo, I would say Greg and Mike are actually down 3-love, which is either Mitch and Andrew took. Oh, there it
he's
was.
Gonna be there.
He's there this time.
But
Took the advice
what's
of what you guys
interesting
were thinking about.
is this what Mitch and Andrew want, right? Do they want Mike to amp it up a little bit?
I think yes. I would say that unless he is right on top of the net hitting the ball that they can't get out of the way of, I don't think they mind
The pace.
the chaos,
that
right?
heavy ball.
No,
Yep,
not at
coming
all.
at him.
Don't you call? Wouldn't you call that new school versus old school paddle? No.
Well, but I think that's what I was saying before. Is
Yeah.
Mike has always loved that style of play.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
Yeah, he's always been one of those guys that is so fun to watch because he's one of those people on a live stream where you could have your members be like, well, he does all these things, and you're like, yeah, right, he does. That's cool.
Yeah.
And he's good enough to pull that off, and other people shouldn't.
He has talent.
I mean,
No.
it's a big part of it though. But like, you know. Well, I watched Mike Marino play, and he moves in all the time and drives, whatever he wants, and whatever. And I'm like,
He had a high back in volley and pirouetted it. I know, but this is we're talking percentages here. Besides, he can hit every other shot, though. That's what I always tell people.
But he's always liked that style of play, and it'll be interesting to see
Great point.
again how that plays out for Mitch and Andrew. Like, is that in their favor?
Yes, it's a good point. So
Because
love
that's
15.
that's not what Greg wants to do.
No,
You
I
know.
agree with you. Yeah, and I think with the exception of a couple of lobs
I like that
I've
serve.
seen tonight, Greg hasn't really.
Beat him into.
He's not pulling a lot of errors.
But that's Greg.
That's always been his
Yeah.
game. Yeah, he's just so good. He just has high percentages on a regular basis.
Dude
He's
hasn't
the
missed
guy
a
who-
serve since 1971.
Yeah, and
I
when,
mean-
when he says something like there was at some point in transition a couple games ago, he tried to drive a ball back that got driven through, and he was like, "Come on, Greg, throw it up," and he will now for the rest of the match. Like
Yes.
he will not
Yes.
make a bad decision
Yes.
on a redrive off a screen.
He's always been, and you guys know, he's always been one of the toughest
Oh,
outs in Chicago. I mean, and the hard part is you watch and you're like, God, did I just lose 0-0 to Greg Rotrain? I'm like, yeah. So did everyone
wasn't
else this
tough.
week.
Yeah, that's true. I screwed him up last year because in the playoffs I was like, "This is awesome. We get to see you play. You're undefeated this season." He was like 15-0. Yeah, they lost. I ruined his whole life. And he was like, "Hey man, I don't care. Streaks are streaks because they come and go." And I was like,
right.
"Still, I felt bad for like mentioning it."
That's a good ball. No, I think he is one of the incredibly underrated players.
Oh,
Absolutely.
without question.
And we were talking about this last week, Sean, the new guy, weren't we, about how just good Chicago paddle is, right?
Yep,
And
the
he's one
depth
of those
is
guys where you're like,
unbelievable.
wait,
Yeah.
how is he a negative PTI?
Exactly.
But at the same time, he wins.
Absolutely.
All
Right?
he does is win.
Yeah,
and
there's-
he's
I
incredibly
think that's how
talented
you get
and
to be
he's
a negative
smart.
PTI. Actually,
Is winning?
yeah. I mean, we'll get Watros out here to explain it to us, but
Wowo or Watcher?
Somebody
we have to
said-
decide.
Okay.
Somebody said this.
Oh.
They called Chicago the woodwork. Like people come out of the woodwork in Chicago. Like you, who is this guy? You hear that a lot.
Yeah,
Well,
that
forgot
does-
about this dude. Forgot about that. There's so much depth here.
It is cool to see because you have a whole contingent of players
Right.
where you feel like, wow, they just kind of do everything well.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It gets super annoying because
Yeah.
it doesn't allow you to build, like,
And
it's really tough to build a game plan around beating Greg because it's like, well, I guess if we stay out there for 5 hours, we'll have some opportunities.
Right. But at the same time, he could play a faster match.
Right.
I mean, he's incredibly talented.
Right,
and
for
he's
sure.
got great hands, and he
Love
can drive,
that.
and he can volley, he can hit all the shots. I
Yeah,
mean,
but he's not a guy where it's like, well, if we get this particular drive, he'll miss this volley. That's
Yeah.
not the case. Like
Yeah.
Kinda baiting him into
you're
hitting that
really going to
forehand.
struggle to find.
and he plays a lot, which is crazy, too.
But
You know what I mean?
Mitch doesn't miss it.
He loves playing paddle. He
Yep.
loves it.
Yep,
He's actually a heck of a pickleball player, too, for those that are...
I'm shocked.
I know Sean doesn't
Inclined.
like it, but
I
as a
didn't
guy
say-
building a
whoa,
pickleball
whoa, whoa, whoa.
business, I'm gonna
I'm
say
not
it.
the guy.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm not that guy. Who told you that?
I
coach it.
I thought I heard it last week.
No, I
that
coach
was
it.
me.
No,
I'm
yeah.
the one who's like, that makes a stupid noise, and there's parts of it where I'm just... I always have this thing, like, how do you feel
how
about
did that get
pickleball? And
over?
I'm like, that's the sport where if my youngest son wanted to compete with my oldest son, those are the rules he would come up with.
True, but that's actually the story of how it started.
100%. No, I get it. I'm dead on. It's, coming from a rackets background, parts of it can be tough where you have to be on board with it. And if you haven't played enough, then you, like me, have no reason to talk about it.
No,
I mean, it's hard not to be on
said
board.
it. Yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
somebody
and at this
said
point,
play
it's
pickleball.
incredible.
I'm not old enough to play pickleball yet. That's what somebody said to me. the
Well,
other
I
day.
do think that's one of the coolest things about it is how it's giving, a second.
Ooh.
Broken
Wow.
water bottle over there.
It really is giving a sort of second rackets life to a group of people that have decided, like, I don't like running that much on the tennis court, or paddle feels like it's too fast. Like, it really is cool.
So
No,
you
no
know
question.
what's amazing
It's a family
I'll share
sport.
this fact with you. Do you know what is the largest participation point in pickleball?
You mean age-wise?
Age-wise, demographic.
I bet it's sub 30.
18 to 34.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's so. I mean, there are now college leagues.
Oh, what a shot.
Like they're about ready to go NCAA.
That doesn't surprise me at all. Actually, I'm saying the Olympics. I'm looking at the Olympics one day for pickle. It's just going to happen.
Maybe we could get
we have
breakdancing out.
If we have
and put
skateboarding,
pickleball in.
yeah, we can flip-flop skateboarding.
Cutter.
Oh, he's
set.
there. Oh, it's tough.
All right, even before that cutter, I want to say don't look now, but Wotring and Marino are creeping back into this thing in the second set.
But you
that
notice
is.
they've been just lobbing a lot more balls, right? They've gone back to slowing it
Yeah,
back.
exactly.
They've rebuilt the defensive base.
Oh, we're getting some commentary there. Should I cut it down? There's no profanity, so I think it's not
What
as
did they
interesting.
say?
I
I think
didn't
we're
say
okay.
anything. Yeah, there was nothing there. Besides, I'm leaving that to Cal. Cal seems to be the
Who's
censor.
Cal?
The new guy.
Oh, that's
Cal
his
Pants,
name.
the new guy.
That's his name.
That's a stage name.
Cal L. Yeah, it's the yeah.
Oh, that would have been cool.
Ooh, that would have been.
But
That might have been the
honestly,
bait shot right there.
So,
He made it
and
into
you
the-
guys know me as vanilla ice cream as it gets, right? Is that how many errors has Greg made?
Like 5.
That was it,
Right.
right
I
there.
mean, like,
Yeah.
legit. A couple of missed lobs, that ball in transition.
Maybe a volley.
Maybe a
just
volley,
tough.
volley here or there. But, I mean,
Mitch, you set that up beautifully. We didn't get that on replay, did we? Never mind. Okay, I'm just saying.
Come on, new guy, tee that up.
I'm just saying that was spectacular. Range Rover's just running up a mountain backwards on that one.
Range Rover. But look at the speed of play difference, right?
yep.
Yep.
And also, I want to say this: not that.
Oh yeah, he's
not,
there.
By
Almost
no
hit it too
means
hard.
does the net team
Oh, he
always
didn't
win.
get over. Okay, great
Right,
shot.
especially at high-level paddle. But Andrew and
Trent,
Mitch are
just
spending far
unbelievable.
more time at the front, at the net,
They are for
than they
sure,
were
yeah.
during the first set.
You got to think that that's deliberate. Yes.
Well, but
That thing kicked up. Sure. There we go. Thank you for.
It's true, Mike. I've
he
never
cleaned
seen
it
you
up.
miss that
He's a good dude. For doing that, he's the director. Maybe he has to. He can't say it that way when he goes on the road. You can probably get away with it a little. I'm just saying. Oh yeah.
There, see,
Yep.
God, that's good.
Colder day. That probably is a winner. I'm saying.
Warm weather paddle,
Yeah.
right, Matt?
Where did that phrase come from?
I heard it once.
Okay.
That's what I thought you meant with
Some
Whoa.
idiot.
I thought Whoa was warm weather paddle.
Am I too far away?
Warm weather paddle.
Sorry, is my mic too far?
There you
Is that
go.
There
better?
you go. You can't. Hey, you
Wanna
can do
make sure
whatever
everybody
you want.
hears it. Okay.
I just want to make
How
sure.
did you know that?
I don't look at you enough. I probably should pay more attention.
Wait, is this
'cause
your
you're a
business?
handsome
Do you know what
fellow.
to do?
But, every once in a while I look over and I'm like, that seems too far away.
I look at both of you all the time.
Thanks.
Wow, that's because we're in the higher chairs and in front of you.
That's because we're blocking you. We're screening you at the moment.
I do feel like you're sitting in judgment.
Jason's in charge.
Nice peg.
I'm the bailiff.
Hardly. Oh,
That Rusty McClure. All right. Deuce
So we're starting to
again.
hit some snowboards,
We are.
which strangely you don't have to use in warm weather paddle. The snowboards don't come
No.
into play until later.
well, I mean, if you hit a good cutter or that good roller like that,
I suppose, yeah. That's a great shot. Yeah, that thing doesn't come up for air. It's even tougher.
If you've noticed, Mitch and Andrew started hitting far more cutters into this deuce side.
Yeah.
To set it up. Oh, that's so good.
Just disgusting.
Nightmare. Yeah.
I think one of these, and I always used to preach this to the Lake Forest boys
Nice job there,
as
Cal.
well,
Get the
to
replay.
use that deuce court overhead to set up your attack position, right?
Correct.
I'm a huge Top Gun fan. And you can remember that line, they're entering weapons envelope.
Sure.
And when you cut that ball into the
Shot.
deuce court guy,
Yes.
you're entering weapons envelope, right? It pulls the ad court guy away from his screen. It lets you jump in and kind of really attack that overhead.
Stay above the
Yes.
flight deck,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, but that's where I want that to end. Because
What a
if you fly
shot,
through their
Sid.
jet wash, then
Oh, my
somebody can
God.
hit the canopy.
Oh, with the-
That's right.
And then
I
it's
mean,
all
Willie
over.
Mays moving.
you can request
It's
the
in there.
flyby, but the pattern is full.
You got to let them go. You got to let them go.
Talk to me, Goose.
Just put the coffee down. Why didn't you just put the coffee down?
Every time.
I know.
The guy.
Just, he's going to do it. Just put the coffee on the
The
table.
worst part is I know everyone in this booth would be Maverick in that scenario.
absolutely.
Like, we'd all fly by every time. Maybe not the new guys, but Matt and Sean for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. It depends on how much you like to continue to fly.
I'm in retirement
I
age.
heard
yeah.
one time from
I'm
a pilot
retirement
that
age
the best
anyway.
part about Top Gun is that Maverick is still allowed to pilot a jet. Like anything
$1,000,000,
real
yeah.
Navy guy,
Yeah.
anybody who knows is like, no, he made one stupid decision like that, and you're just like, well,
Court-martialed.
well, yeah, you're out. Like you're in prison or.
No. Of course, I love the in-movie excuses or rationales. No. Iceman pardoned him.
No, yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah, he totally has the ability to do that.
Admiral, Kasansky pardoned him. That's
Yeah.
how it is. He read it, and he, what?
Nice hands.
You gotta love Marino. He's gonna put a little extra top on that as he moved in. I love that. That's just stylish. Did you hurt yourself, Jay?
I did. Second time tonight I hit my elbow.
Let's do the announcer injury report.
I'll be fine.
I don't know what's going on in the court, but let's
It's just my right elbow.
Should we just
I
have
don't
a
need
ticker?
that for
We
anything.
should have a ticker across the bottom screen. A ticker across the bottom screen for the injury report for the commentator.
Look at the counterplay, right? So it's always playing chess versus checkers. So now you got Mike lobbing more to that Q4. You mentioned the square to
Yep.
spare, same thing, right?
Yep,
You say tomato, I say tomato.
exactly.
But look, he's going to continue to put that ball over Mitch's left shoulder to try and get Andrew
I'm going to
to move.
say Andrew and Mitch are much more patient.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
This
I mean,
is
not
the
to be
most
obvious about
conservative
it.
overhead point we've seen maybe
Yes.
the whole match.
Said,
And there it
And
was.
it pays off.
Yep.
and it pays off.
They hit, what, 10 do-nothing overheads?
41. No? Oh, no, I thought that was no. Okay. No, it wasn't you, Cal, even
Craig
though I'm going to blame
Kottman,
it on
we
you.
still have no clue what's going on in the score in any court.
Nice return.
Oh, yeah.
God, they volley so well.
And hit the middle of the paddle pretty much more than I've ever
So
done in my life.
I say this a lot, and it's a weird thing if you think about it, right?
Yep.
But the volley is one of two shots that you can actually see the ball hit your paddle.
Yes.
If you do it correctly.
Yep.
True.
Right?
Yep.
Because it comes all the way
Yeah.
to you. So if you look at these guys, they let the ball come all the way to their body.
Yep.
Right? They're not
Yeah.
reaching out in front, which is a huge
He's there.
error that a lot of,
You know what? Let's take a
Club
page
players
out of.
play.
I don't know how much teaching she's doing, but I'm going to shout out to Spencer Granger, if she's even listening. But whenever I teach
She's
with
in
Spencer,
attendance.
she would talk about, body block when you volley. It's really you're getting in the way of the ball with your body and your paddle. You're not necessarily making a stroke out of it.
Well, I mean, again, if you can't see the ball hit your paddle if you reach out in front.
Exactly.
It's not like a tennis racket
Nope.
with your strings where you can see it through the strings.
What a shot.
Really
Mo
tough drive to
still
come
has
up
the
with.
wheels.
Oh,
He read that.
Yeah, so you're starting to see Andrew and Mitch switch a little bit more at the net as well.
Yep.
And it might just be as simple as, Andrew's overhead maybe heated up a little bit more.
yeah.
You know what? I tell you what.
That's
Can you
mega
imagine if
sauce.
this is Series 1, guys? Can you imagine what they're like? This is Series 2.
So the combined PTI is minus 30, and this still
Series
isn't
two.
Series 1.
God, those Series
Ed
1 guys
Granger.
must be unbelievable.
We say that like these guys don't all play on 9 series.
Hey, what are you doing for Legends next week? Oh,
Yeah, exactly.
same match.
Oh, same match.
Yeah. And for those that don't know, Legends is the same
What
guys.
a point.
Yeah, the top tier
All right.
invite-only version of...
4-1.
4-1.
I should say 1-4. That's amazing. Well, you kind of knew they're just too good a team to be kind of complacent and not make some type of adjustment for the second set. So kudos.
But I love their strategy change,
Absolutely.
right? Like they've changed the dynamic and the speed of the match.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, so it's not like they didn't just say, well, we're that good, we're just going to hang
We're just
in
gonna
here.
keep going?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they said we're gonna change how we're playing.
That is one of those things in paddle that is so difficult to do, right? Unless you're just absolutely steamrolling someone. I mean, I've even seen matches where the team that's winning by playing offense for, 7 games in a row, all of a sudden gives away a set.
Yes.
Because there's, it's just like, oh, what happened? It's like,
Yeah.
oh, you just can't keep your foot on the gas for that long.
No. And then the other team either gets, I really think that Andrew definitely and Mitch have shaken off a little bit of rust if there was any, because they're definitely moving and hitting the ball a lot more solidly in the second set as well. But I just think you're right, the adjustments have made the difference. And actually, let's throw a little challenge in there. Gloves across the pie hole. Challenge in the medieval times. I'm just thinking of medieval times, guys. Sorry. Challenge. What a whoa.
You get
It's
the full
my-
turkey leg,
More grog. What would be Woe and Momo? Sorry, I can't get that out either.
Whoa.
No. So
It's
Mo.
whoa.
So Mo
Whoa.
and Greg are. What do you think What are they talking about right now? Like, what would they do? Down. They won the first set. They're down 1-4.
Yep.
What are they thinking?
You want to go first?
Sure.
You want to take it?
If I had to guess, there's probably going to be a little bit more movement at the net, and I would think that they're going to try to bait some more aggressive play, because that was sort of what was working for them.
The formula,
Not with the
sure.
lead cord right there, but that was sort of the formula that was working in the first set, and I think that accelerating a little bit from the net would benefit them, causing a little bit more scramble, maybe getting a few more errors on some drives.
I think like that ball that Greg just hit, they need to hit more of, right? They were using that middle of the court a little bit more to get to that aggressive ball.
Agreed.
Right? Whereas now they seem to be going directly to attack mode, right? You got to set it up.
Yep.
You can't get to weapons envelope unless you set it up first. It just doesn't
How many
happen.
times can we get weapons envelope?
He's too close for missiles.
In
He's
the
switching to guns.
commentary. Jester's dead.
Do you want to play that game? I know more Top Gun
I'm sure
or Maverick
I
quotes
can
than
already
anybody
tell.
here.
I think that's probably true.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But
Did
I
you see
really
how that
have
ball
it where it
bounced off his
counts.
apex?
He did. Yeah. That was the prime. That was the prime version.
Yes, he is a naval aviator.
You've got it where
Your
it
parents
counts.
must have not liked you.
Mine was always that I could recite every single line and piece of music from the original Batman in 1989.
Wow.
It's
So,
funny, I just talked about that today.
being a dork?
No, my parents wouldn't let me see it, and then I saw
Oh, really?
Batman, and I had nightmares. And,
Wow.
Yeah.
there was more to that story, but it's embarrassing. I'm not going to tell you the
No, I
rest
think
of it. But
isn't that funny how that's the MO of every Tim Burton film ever made?
You
Where
know
you're
what?
like,
you know
it's
what,
kind of whimsical.
Jason,
and then,
that was last year. Don't worry.
I meant the new Batman.
It's a new year.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. I want to say it was Wednesday.
Look at this.
No,
point.
Michael Keaton.
Yes.
Yeah, Michael Keaton. Yeah.
Thank you.
You want to get nuts? Yeah. Awesome. I tell you, this is an awesome point, by the way. This is the barn is burning, people. Yes.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing,
Well,
Sean?
you know what? I always consider it a good
Is
thing.
it your barn?
Is your dad going to be mad at you?
I always thought I was just built like a barn. I mean, I like the Australian ideology here, by the way, because it makes it for Not that Mitch can't go up the line with that forehand return; he just has to clear it a little bit.
Make him hit
it's
it.
good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a
exactly.
good shot.
Yeah.
Dare I say as well that Andrew and Mitch slowing it down a little
Oh.
bit. See,
Little indecision.
There was a sneaky drive off the screen.
And the off-speed drive
Yes.
has earned them more points in this set than hitting a laser beam
Very
in the
un-
entire first
and
set.
As
very
well, it has earned them
uncharacteristic.
an opportunity to serve for the set. If I want to continue,
Dare you say?
Well, we're not really sure.
What a great
Segue.
spot from Mitch on that.
great segue, Sean. So, all right, whatever. Love that.
That's nice hands. Are they still making segways?
A little loud.
Are they in
some-
business?
Only for the police officers.
Oh, good.
Is that not a transition from something to something else?
Something else.
Exactly.
No, I just think.
Oh, you meant
I
the-
mean,
the automobiles.
I mean
Yeah, the
the
little-
two-wheeled.
Yeah, exactly. Contraptions.
Yeah. All those things
There
are
we
great
go.
for the first 5 years until the lawsuits hit, and then it's all this.
What was
then
that
they're
Kevin
all gone.
James movie?
Oh, Mall Cop.
Ball guy. Thank you.
Paul Blart.
Paul Blart. Yeah, that was awesome. I was like,
That was far from Maverick.
He's almost the antithesis of Maverick, if you think about it. Let's write a thesis.
just
Bummer.
missed it. He's
Going to the towel.
Don't
Yep.
blame him.
Going to
Yeah,
the towel.
Stereo going to the towel. You gotta. Sometimes you gotta do that. Because even on the coldest days, you'll sweat. Man.
Mitch is a sweater. He's the only guy out there with the wristband, you know.
That's smart.
He's in some serious shape, the dude. Yeah. By the way, one of the nicest people you'll ever meet,
Oh.
Mitch Granger.
Second nicest, his dad.
Yeah, absolutely. What a cutter.
Look at that.
Okay, that wasn't nice
That's
at
why
all.
the towel is so
But
important.
that's-
right
Yeah,
there.
that was all towel.
Yep.
Yeah. No question. All right, 30s. What we're all hoping to play next year.
Great atmosphere here at the Valleylo Club. The grill smells
Oh,
amazing.
the barbecue.
Right?
Oh. Either that's somebody's cologne. I'll ask him out.
But you got all 6 courts. I'm assuming 3 home matches tonight, right?
Yeah, always at Valleylo. They have too many teams. There, I don't think there's a single.
this-
I don't
They're
think they're in the schedule.
grandfathered in.
Shot.
Look at that Mike Marino on the whirly bird there.
Oh, that's a sneaky drive too. I love
Look
that.
at
Flip. The flip one-hander. Nice pick.
That's that
Good ball.
overhead, that setup overhead that you're talking.
Yes.
Hard at the deuce guy with that pace.
Oh.
You know what's interesting? Marino, and I played enough tennis with him to know, has got one hell of a good two-handed backhand.
Yeah.
And he doesn't really use it as much, if at all,
No.
in platform.
Well, he was, obviously from that school of shorten up, tighten up,
Yeah.
right?
Oh,
so
yeah.
short backswing,
Sure.
Serve.
tight follow through.
He tries.
He wanted it.
He did.
Wow. That's not going to come back to haunt him. Don't say that.
We've all been there.
I mean, you're up 5-1. You're figuring.
all been there.
Even though you got a break point against.
I heard the other night there were a couple of guys in a Series 1 match, maybe at Glenview, that were up serving 5-2 for the second set and lost that 7-5. But,
Yeah.
they were going, they go nameless.
That's
Hold
never happened.
on. Greg,
It's never happened.
Greg Rowo Ratri
It
was
was not
looking for a
Wowo.
towel boy. Is it
It
me?
was not
that?
Wowo.
Am I the towel boy? I didn't check the sketch.
No, you're doing the live stream, Sean.
Oh,
You
okay.
can't be the towel boy.
All right.
Eli.
God, that burger smells
Just kidding.
amazing.
Just kidding. You're not the towel boy. Not tonight, anyway. By the way, what you're seeing when you're seeing the kid in the yellow hoodie there, that's Mike's son Nick, who teaches here now for Mike every so often. Talk about a heck of a tennis player.
Full time, I think, yeah.
Oh yeah, that kid, he can move it. Yeah.
He was one of those amphibious kids. He would serve
Exactly.
left-handed, but
Yes.
play right-handed.
Exactly. Hands.
Look at that. Unbelievable.
Wow. I'm telling you, it was just intimidation that Mo got both of those back, and it's like, what do you do now? Like, that's the best we got, and he got both of them back.
So are we going to go Mike Marino's now Mo?
Well, I call him that.
Okay.
I mean, it's just, that's a,
Okay.
I've always called him that. I mean, it's just a colloquialism, I guess is the word I'm looking for. It isn't a word? You don't think it's a word, Cal? You know what? That does not give me any
Well,
confidence.
if there's
at all.
one thing our society has taught us is that if you get it wrong long enough, they just put it in the dictionary. Literally.
That was, oof.
They just
Nickelodeon
literally
there
put it in
from,
the dictionary.
whoa,
Now,
whoa.
you can't tell if I mean figuratively or literally because
Exactly.
no one knows how to do
Uh-oh.
that. Oh, almost clears the screen.
Wow.
Almost hit your camera.
We almost, yeah.
New guy would have had a lot of work to do.
By the way, that's a possibility. It's a possibility. You would. That's a possibility that we may get a souvenir sitting here for the live stream. Usually we're not even in harm's way.
Did you bring your ball glove?
For a lucky fan.
Yeah.
I don't even know what we're talking about, but I think no, I didn't. Yes. By the way, those of you watching at home, if you've just joined us, we are at the lovely Valleylo Club in Glenview. We are watching a, believe it or not, Series 2 match. Local, pretty much Series 2 match. Valleylo versus Knollwood. And on the near side, just hitting that overhead was Greg Watchering and his
Another
partner Mike
switch.
Marino with the switch there in the gray.
See, I love
And then
that
hitting that
overhead.
backhand,
Oh.
which is just a thing of beauty. I'm not just talking about Andrew, but the backhand itself. What a shot. And he's quick enough to
And
get
he
back. That's
recovers.
sick. Andrew Ong, by the way. And that right there, that last backhand, that was Mitch Granger, the Granger over. Oh, no way. Tomahawk.
Going for the hang
It
time.
was too high.
Think so. Well, you know what? For him, he's got like a 48-inch vertical. I mean, I don't know.
Well, according to Matt on the physical scouting report, he's put on a few lbs.
You know what? You want to see what that looks like? Just look over here.
Well, I think he's one of those guys that's actually, at risk.
A few
when he
lbs.
drops down to sub 3% body fat. Then the
it's a
problem is
great
like, well, can
shot.
he get through a match?
Yeah, exactly.
And so he's like, he's got to put on some extra weight in order to,
What
Get
a
that guy a
forehand by
cheeseburger.
Wojcik
in order
by
to
way
take
of-
the 25,000 steps necessary to.
He's the guy that I hate. That like he's gonna go home and pound like 4 burgers on his way home.
Yeah. Good hands.
It just makes me jealous. I
Yeah.
don't hate him. It's really more of a.
No, hate. I use hate.
Okay, good. use
Very
the hate.
direct.
Yeah.
Give in to the hate.
By the way, I got to tell you something. Wojcik, even though he does not have the black top on anymore, he's still Sauron in sheep's clothing. I'm sorry, because that last forehand drive and that right there,
Wow.
look at this.
That
He's
had a
starting-
little bit of hate. Speaking of hate, and
Yeah, he's starting to roll.
He's finding his groove on the
He
return
is,
for
isn't
sure.
he?
He's been up in the air a few
Yep.
times now, hitting really heavy returns.
well, we talked about Brad Gilbert earlier, right?
Yep.
Can we bring that back? The old Brad Gilbert, Andre Agassi, right?
Yep.
So now these guys are thinking, okay, we might lose
Nice
this
hands.
set,
Yes.
but we're trying to gain some momentum.
Correct.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
So,
If we're going to go
Nice
down,
touch.
we're going
Right.
to go down swinging
and
so that.
but they're like, okay, I'm going to key in on my
shot.
forehand. I'm going to drive some more balls.
Oh, good eye. Wow. All right, so 30s. Still hanging. All right, this is the young man's game going I formation here. I only say that because
Look
you
out.
got to crouch and then get up again, which I can't do.
I've always questioned that move.
Yeah, we were talking about that
Last week, remember?
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Just go to the side,
Well,
make
we could
yourself
quote-
volley, and put yourself in a volley position.
Exactly. Let's get a little
Uh-oh.
shot. He's there.
Mitch
What?
has
Nice.
really hit those well tonight.
Yeah.
Wojcik, just some sneaky speed.
Interesting ball.
Great pick. 2 in a row, shall
love it.
we?
That's a little wide. Tell you what,
It was set up perfectly.
Retrievers.
Well, I don't know if you noticed, I said it when he hit that first one there. I said, interesting ball, right? Instead
Absolutely.
of going back straight at the ad court guy who was creeping in,
Correct.
put it
Yep.
at his body and his feet.
I do think that sometimes it can be
shot, Mike.
in the movement side. Sometimes it can be easier to sort of hit
Yep.
the volley the direction that you're moving.
Yes.
It stayed
Oh,
in.
he got it.
He got it.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
Nice try.
Great
Yeah.
hustle
We
from
say that all the
Wojcik.
time, right? Move to the left, hit to the right. That's impossible.
Yeah,
No.
it
Move
really
to the
becomes
right, hit
tough.
to the left. It's impossible.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so sometimes when you make that like committed move, it's just so much easier to take the ball that with that momentum.
I got to tell you, it is possible because if you're as fat as I am, I move one way and then the other way goes as well. Just so you know.
So you can go both ways?
Yep, so to speak.
If you're just joining us,
I really was not trying to go that direction. But
segues.
you know what? I'll roll
Segues.
with it. That's right. I'll roll with it. So, no pun intended. I will roll with it. All right, they got a little set point here. Ong and Granger are on the doorstep here of winning the second set. See if they can pull it off. Nice. Oh, Bob Dylan reference there from Low Calorie.
Ooh.
Oh,
this is
Mike
where you start
sneaking
to
it over.
you start to hit
Yes.
that danger zone a little bit now, right? Where you feel like if we just throw the dagger here, we're out of this set, and
Right.
if the defense remains solid from Valleylo,
Yep.
it can turn.
All right, I'm going to ask the question before. I'm going to ask.
Cal.
Okay. All right, I'm going to ask. This is clean. It's clean. It's clean.
All right.
Is it harder to win a set or easier to lose a set?
Wow. It's much
Right?
harder to win a set to me.
So again, and look, this is paddle, right? But you've
yes.
got
There's
Andrew and
another
Mitch.
sash point here. Yeah.
Pressure's on. You're
Yep.
serving 5-3. You're up 5-2. They didn't have a break point.
Nope.
But where?
Oh,
but
you missed
whereas,
the serve. By not much, by the way.
but
But he
Mike and Wowo, right?
did. Yep.
They can just keep doing what they're doing.
Exactly. The other thing is when you're up 5-1 and you have maybe a cushion where you could maybe lose your serve, you still have the advantage. Right now, 5-3, you do this, now they're back on serve. Mm-hmm. That makes a big difference.
Well, as we've, again, going back to Brad Gilbert, right? But 4-1, very deceiving.
Yes.
5-2, equally deceiving.
Yes. Good hands.
Yeah, paddle is one of those unique sports where you have the ability to beat yourself. You know, like that's a lot.
Oh my God, that's
a great volley.
And a great drive.
Sick.
Well,
he's there.
But Andrew, good read.
Yeah,
It
went a
missed.
little over.
It's just a little over.
The Brian
For those of
Uline
you at
rule.
home, yeah.
God,
you
that
don't
stinks.
realize it, but the ball's got to stay on that side. After
That
Mike
hurts.
Marino hit that,
Mike
just so
is
you know.
boiling inside right now.
I'm just trying to be
He's
the
a
rules
ticking
official.
time bomb of fury.
I guess I lost my job as
Great
the
drive
rules official.
again.
I'll never get it in now because it came and went, but I was going to explain that one, but
Remind me later
We'll have to
about
do
my
that.
great Mike Marino, Mike Raleigh FYM story.
it's in there.
That's good.
Oh my gosh,
So
look
we're
at
playing
this.
pickleball.
Which is great.
Good hands, which is great. Good drop in.
He does
he's
it.
there.
Unbelievable.
Smart.
Way to let it go, by the way. That was Greg's shot. To your point earlier there, J-Lo, which is, it's not my ball.
Not yours.
No, it's like,
I have
you gotta
shirts
say
made
it.
that I
Yep.
hand out. Not yours.
Not yours.
Don't touch it.
Nope. Even though they will hit a high backhand every so often if necessary. Oh, yeah, this is
Look at the extra height that Mitch has
Yeah.
started to put on some of these lobs just to control the pace at a point,
Yep.
right? The only thing you can't control pace-wise in the world of paddle is you can't speed up an overhead off of somebody's lob.
Oh.
You can't make the ball come down quicker.
Some people try.
No gravity adjustment.
Wow.
Thanks. I work out.
That was
Some people try.
my mind just exploded. Say that again in a little bit slower.
I'll give it to you at
Talk
the
it
same
to me
time.
What a
slow.
pick.
You can control the pace of
Okay.
everything in paddle, right? How fast or
Shot.
slow you hit a drive, the speed of your serve.
I tell you what.
Whether you float a volley or stick a volley. But when a lob goes up, you cannot you can't make the ball come down any
Any
faster.
faster.
Right? The player hitting the overhead
Wow.
can't be in any control whatsoever. But I guess that's true of any shot until it gets to your paddle, but in terms of controlling pace, hitting,
Oh, he's there.
the height of a lob is one of those things that really changes the dynamic.
I love
right,
that,
another
Matt.
match
That's
point here.
fantastic.
Thanks.
No,
I made it up in the car.
no, but I think the physics
I
check
did
out.
makeup
I'm just
on
saying
in the
that's
car.
incredible. My dad, who was a school teacher, tennis professional, always used to say you should learn something every day, and that just blew my mind.
I'm glad it's
in.
glad it's a good one.
Oh no!
Oh, no.
Oh no!
And that
There it is.
I think so. It's got to be.
Wow.
It is.
It looks like we're going to play 3 sets tonight
It's
here
going-
on Court 1, Series 2.
We're going all the way, boys.
At
Sorry, get out
Valleylo.
of there. There
We are
go.
going to be back after these messages from our sponsors. We'll see you in 3 minutes.
You bet.
From the heart of Chicago up to the North Shore and stretching from the northwest suburbs down to Kankakee. From urgent in-office care to virtual in-home visits, we're making orthopedic care available wherever and however you need it. Because while we're adapting our lives to keep each other safe, we know that new injuries will happen and old injuries will still linger. And IBJI is here to help.
Not your bank's top priority? Here at Wintrust, we take a different approach to banking. No hidden fees or runarounds, but a true banking partner focused on your unique financial goals. Whether you're opening your first account, found your dream home, planning for the future, or starting a business, we have the financial solutions to get you there. Stop settling and start experiencing a better way to bank. Wintrust, different approach, better.
We are live with set number 3 here at Valleylo Club in beautiful, historic. What town are we in?
Glenview.
Glenview.
Yeah, without a
Technically
doubt.
Glenview.
Technically Glenview.
That's a good spot to be.
It is.
In the state of Illinois,
You betcha.
which is where Chicago is located. planet Earth.
State of euphoria, really, Coach.
Ooh, great show. We are about to start our third set. This one's really going the distance.
It is.
Mike Marino and Greg Woltering
Build it and he will come, yes.
playing for Valleylo Club, and Mitch Granger and Andrew Ong playing for Knollwood. In some warm weather paddle. I'll say it again. I don't care. It's early parts of the season when it's above 60 degrees. You're getting some extra bounce on the ball.
It's about there right now.
Things are happening. Great first couple of sets. We've seen some tactical adjustments. We've seen the strategy kind of swing, a little ebb and flow to both teams needing to accelerate. Thank you.
Excellent.
Needing to accelerate and slow down at different times, but split sets here.
Yes.
After that first one being a really quick kind of 25-minute set, that second one was a little longer, a little more of a grind.
Yeah, credit to Mitch and Andrew.
Yep. Reined in the errors, kept the offensive pressure on, and kind of found their groove a little bit more. Definitely were able to catch some more points in transition with kind of their movement style.
Without a doubt, because let's face it, look, Mike and Greg can steamroll you pretty quickly if you. I mean, that
you're
first
not paying
set,
attention.
Exactly, you're not paying attention. First set was maybe 23 minutes. You could be out of there in 45 if you're not careful. And obviously, it's difficult to right the ship or difficult to make adjustments. But obviously, credit to Andrew and Mitch for doing that. So I got. Like I said, if you can give them as much credit, I try to give them as much as I can. I'm going to try to play.
I'm going to give them bonus credit.
Thank you, sir.
Because why not? Thanks, brother.
Again, I haven't heard this one in a while. This is our Paddle Hacks theme, Eli. You probably can't hear it, so it doesn't matter.
Are we live?
We kind of are. I mean, I say kind of because, I don't know.
We are for sure live.
Oh,
we're back in action. We've got a third set coming. We haven't had nearly as much wardrobe change as I thought was going to occur.
I just went and got my vest from the car. Thanks again for the heads up on being outside tonight.
I was like,
beautiful.
I have an extra jacket. It's not that big a deal. And you're like, no, I got my vest.
Well, I'm that tough guy who's got the top still off the Jeep, so it's going to be a cold ride home anyway.
Wow.
And you're blaming us for being we're outside?
Yep. Well, my Jeep has a heater. There's no heater. There's no heater right here.
All right, I think we're going right now, unless he's going.
We are in it. Start of the third set.
Unbelievable.
So going in and out of the men's room, I saw both Andrew and Mitch. They seem good. They seem ready.
They seem relaxed?
Yep. Very calm.
Good.
I asked both Andrew and Mitch to play in it.
That's incredible.
Oh, boy.
There's another one
there.
I asked both of them to play in an exhibition match with me next Friday night at Biltmore Country Club. Mitch declined.
No, thank you.
He politely declined.
That's okay.
Because it's his anniversary.
Oh, that's
so congratulations.
Awesome. Yeah, baby number one on the way for them as well. He's probably trying to catch up on sleep.
It is nice, yeah.
That's why I said, that's weak.
That's weak.
I'll buy you dinner.
It's all right, what are you?
Trying to get Matt's attention.
For what? For the chili?
Ongoing
Oh yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah, I think as a stream team, we have a couple of really risky.
Is that like Dream Team?
It is sort of, but
habits. Yes, we do.
It depends on which dream team you're talking about. Now, if I had, there's two dream teams. I'll be very
quick
specific.
40 love score, by the way, here. If you just joined us, don't mean to interrupt you, Coach Matt.
It's fine. It was a great.
No, I'm just saying.
But you're going to do it anyway.
I don't mean. Go ahead. If you're just joining us, you got it, Sean.
I'm going to do it.
Don't mean to be jerky, but I just was. Sorry. We're at lovely Valleylo Club in Glenview, Illinois. We're watching believe it or not, if you believe it or don't, a Series 2 match, which basically should be, what do you want, Cal? What are you waving
I did
at?
the math. These guys are a combined PTI -22.
Yeah, so they can't be really. This is more of a Series 1 match, so this is what makes it so entertaining, other than the fact that they split sets, and this is the third set. And you're here with Coach Matt McClure, Coach Jason Love. I'd call myself a coach if I really felt like it. Sean Albrecht.
A life coach.
Cal Noble. And of course, Eli McClure's here, too. We got to make sure Eli, the tech supervisor.
We needed an intern.
Did you talk about the new guy being here?
He's here.
New guy's still here.
Good move.
Eating chili on top of the computer.
He's got that new guy smell, is what he's got. All right, so.
Is that your favorite car scent?
New guy?
New guy.
4015.
JBF.
Whoa, I think it was a little long. Yeah, that was
deep.
close. A little close. But, so still got a point to hold here for Marino and Wotring.
Great crowd here at
Yeah.
Valleylo Club. Inside is full. The deck out here is full.
You betcha.
Because for those who just played, they're
Stayed
warm.
there.
But those of us that have been sitting here, it's freezing.
A little wide, good eye from
I'm
Han
with Sean
there.
on this one. I think you've lost too much body weight.
By the way, you are
I
watching
mean, I could
Mike
see
Marino.
you and new guy being cold,
Yeah.
but
I'm freezing.
That's you're frozen. That's the smell we're getting. Isn't it?
Cal is
The new guy
6'8", 121 pounds. And it's
won it.
it's battle. This
Get
kind of
over-
weather is tough for him.
Kind of got robbed there, Andrew
Hey,
did.
hey,
that was a
come
great
on.
reflex. Anyway, you're watching Mike Marino serve. His partner, Greg Wotring, at the net. And just returning that serve right there, that was Mitch Granger. And at the net on his side, his partner, Andrew Ong.
You know, these points transition so fast that when you start talking about players' names and where they're standing, it's no longer accurate.
Yeah. Well,
At the
that's,
net. Well, now at the baseline. Well, now at the net again.
that's your warm weather paddle, Matt. But
There you go.
Of course.
I'm really curious. Let's get serious for a second to see what changes Mike and Wowo make here, right? You know, so Andrew and Mitch
Yes.
have made the adjustments. He wants that one back.
Yeah, that's a
Technically,
tough one.
kind of baited him into that one. Am I
Yeah,
wrong?
he wants that one back.
Yeah, we got a deuce
But
game here.
that's tough. I mean, you're making him hit one extra
Yeah.
ball. It's a great drop shot. And,
Absolutely.
where do you go with it?
I love the drop shot.
Agreed.
Personally.
Agreed.
And you're not ashamed to say it. Go.
No, I mean, anytime you're changing the dynamic of the point on your terms,
Yes.
I'm for
I
it.
agree.
Yes, I think the biggest mistake that a lot of players make is that they expect the drop shot to end a point.
Correct.
And it's
Yes.
just
It's
another tool.
gonna
It's
come
just-
back.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's another setup shot. If you treat it as such, you're as a pattern of shots, then you're okay.
See,
but
look
you
at-
cannot be hitting drop
Huge.
shots and being like, well, we're done.
You know what? Here's the thing. Granger's forehand, that topspin, when he hits it flat, it's so much faster. And I think it's just disconcerting.
Yeah, I agree.
Can we
Yep.
talk about
good
the
shot.
switch of sides, right? With Mitch Granger
Yeah, it's very good.
returning from the ad side, which I don't know how many times
Astute
in the
of you.
number of years I've played Mitch, seen him return from the ad side.
I think he's doing it more and more, and I also really appreciate that there's sort of a element going on right now, especially amongst these guys that are playing tons of paddle all the time.
Yep.
Where it's like, what can we do to mix it up? Here's an easy
Yeah.
one, right?
Yeah.
Like we can switch sides. Are either
Yeah.
of these guys like I don't know how to play the screens on the deuce side? Absolutely not.
No.
So gone are the days of this like really strict, I better be on my side or nothing good will happen. It just isn't,
Well, and
Coach, I think you have been away from the league tennis circles if you think that isn't going on anymore for a little too long. Because I could tell you, Sean, I don't want to play with her because I don't even want to talk about it.
well, that's a different thing.
All
but
right,
the,
just
the point is about playing certain sides. I had a lefty a couple
Shot.
weeks ago, guys, that she was like, well, I only play the deuce side. And I was like, oh, my gosh, you're right. Well, we're going to try to have you play the ad just because. She's like, well, that's just not right. And I go, yeah, I'm so sorry. Could you imagine me asking a righty to play the deuce side? Like, that just...
How dare you.
Or two righties to play together?
That's crazy.
You know, that's
I think
just
it's a state
absurd.
law. I don't think
Like,
City Ordinance 17B.
no, but I think the point
prohibits
is to you're hitting the nail right on the head, Sean. Right? Like play both sides, right?
Yep.
Like
Yep.
what's the worst thing that's going to happen?
Yep.
You got to be able to mix it up, and especially,
Yeah, Cal, you're right.
especially in the
Amphibians.
backcourt. I can understand why people wouldn't want to do it at the
Shot.
net. It's weird, to not put your
What a
overheads in the middle.
Ooh.
Okay,
What
fine.
it was
they
a little
didn't like that one.
They
They didn't like that.
It was close. You didn't get a replay on that. Not that we're going to stir up controversy.
Cameras on the far side.
Let's not stir up controversy. We don't know.
We're going to get texts about that.
Okay,
Great.
well, it looked. You know what? It was close, man.
Do we have shot spot?
I'm
You know what?
siding with whoever has $50.
Here's a,
I actually
At
owe
least he's
Marino
not a
$50.
mercenary.
You can break even here.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to tell you
giving
this
him this
much.
call no matter
How
what.
often have we seen Greg Wotering play? There's no way the ball was out. I mean, good. There's no way. He wouldn't make a call like that. I just can't imagine Greg would.
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
Whoa was not doing that. Yep.
I think it's all good. We've replayed a couple of points tonight earlier that were close, and people talked about it. It is totally.
It's not like it's a close
all
match.
of these guys are.
These are good guys.
Yeah.
And not that there are bad guys out there, right? Chicago, we're lucky. We've got the best.
We do.
We've got the best people and the best players.
No,
in
you're
the
right.
country.
Oh, I can name several.
I was just going to let that one go.
Okay.
But yeah.
All right. Good. Good for you. I'll make a list. Maybe I'll throw it out on social media. That's where you air grievances, right?
They're all extended family members of mine is the problem.
The Albrecht clan.
Everybody I've ever lost to. I hate you.
I'm going to put you on blast on TikTok.
You're a huge cheater.
Yeah.
Uncle Ned's, that ball was out.
Great.
Way out. That's in
Oh.
there. He's there. He's just it's almost too smooth when he gets there. It's like, that's not fair.
I was just going to use the same S words. He's so smooth.
Yeah, he just gets there. It's like, it's not even, he just turns on the afterburners.
Anybody who's
Samsonite.
That is huge. That is huge. I mean, they snapped that thing. I didn't even think that came over the net, what, a quarter of an inch?
You know, I'm going to go, and again, we'll get serious technical for a second here, right? Anytime you hit an overhead that the guy looks up to hit it off the screen,
it
could be a problem.
Agreed.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
Agreed.
And Andrew just proved that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think if a ball comes off the screen and someone gets to start their hands high, like you better
Bad
be
news.
on alert.
I like to move in.
Yeah.
I love moving in. I think it's just a great idea. Oh, that's
It's a great
smart
placement.
play.
Great placement.
That's just smart. Wow.
I think he had to play it.
I agree.
I think he had to hit it.
You know why? Because he was guilty about that other call. But anyway, so I'm just kidding. It's joking. Look, I'm the one defending him. I made that as a joke. Greg, that's a joke. If you watch this later,
We call that
I'm
a makeup
joking.
call.
Yeah, no. He's a super cool guy. There's no way he would.
God, that's
what?
good.
Yeah, so
Sick
tough.
But again,
cutter.
there he is, double 90, power position.
Yep.
You don't know what's coming. Is he going to hit it hard, or is he going to go with the spin drop?
The amazing thing
He's
is
been working out on the volley as well.
I don't know how
we talked
old Mo
about it
is,
before,
but he's still got afterburner speed. I can't believe how quick. He really doesn't look like he's lost a step at all. It's crazy. I want whatever
Despite
he's
Matt's
taking.
report that he's gained 10 pounds.
You keep upping the number. Like, you can go from 7-pack to 8-pack in a single 2-hour span. Like, you're acting like
He's actually got no
Are
abs.
you talking about Hostess stuff now?
He's lost his
he's
abs.
got no abs. Oh my God, he's let himself
What kind
go.
of packs are we talking? We snack packs? What are we
Snack
talking
packs,
about?
yeah, the snack
He's
pack.
had 12 Valleylo cheeseburgers
Oh
tonight.
my God, that's what he's doing every
All right.
changeover.
We're at Bamboo Shoots, the first Bamboo Shoots of the year, guys.
You're not supposed to drink the queso, Andrew. That's
All right, so 1-1 couldn't be any closer, guys.
Well, I mean, did you expect anything less?
No,
right?
really,
So you had
no,
the
you're right.
flip-flop, which happens in
Yep.
paddle all the time.
Without
So you had a
doubt.
6-1, 6-2, or 6-3, sorry.
Yep.
Yep.
And now we're going to have a battle for the
Yeah.
third, in which,
So who's taking odds
That's
on a
a smart
tiebreaker
shot.
here for this set?
I'll-
Cal, new guy's going no
Cal's
tiebreaker.
going, oh, he doesn't think
see,
the
there it is.
tiebreaker?
That was the double whammy.
Yep.
I'm the only one that said Ranger and Onward.
That's true, you did.
You
that
did.
was for me. The reason I said the double whammy was you had high overhead right off the screen, and it went to panel 2, which I like to call the panel of death.
Rated R.
Of death.
Only you hit it there. Only
Jason
bad
Love
things
is
happen.
coach.
Yeah,
in
if
the
you want to get
panel of
serious,
death.
anything that you
Rated
deem
R.
questionable, you just add, of death.
This film has not been rated.
What are you having? Oh, that's the pretzel of death.
No, I'm being serious.
I know. I agree with you. The second panel is a really
the panel
tough.
of death.
The second panel is a really tough shot to get away with on a more traditional overhead. If
Yeah.
you're hitting like a screamer with some spin in there, it's a great shot. But it's really important that somebody has to get out of the way. I'm totally with you.
If you're not a prime athlete,
Yeah,
which,
exactly.
which they proved was
You're not
kind of come back.
USDA prime.
It came back faster than you sent it to him.
Absolutely.
Well, that's how we start teaching screens, is using the second I mean, to me, no. Am I
I mean,
wrong?
if it depends on where you're going. I usually start with the side back, which I guess
I thought you.
can
I see
hit
where
the
you're going
second
now.
panel,
Sorry.
but, yeah.
Sorry.
No, but you're right that, like, you know, I guess
If you're going
one touch screens
backside,
is sort of,
yeah. I'm just saying, yeah. Just
It's
so
funny
you get
because it seems
what
like
a
it
shot.
shouldn't be a problem, and it
Oh,
almost
he got
always
carried
is.
away. I'm sorry. Got carried away.
Good one.
I'm just saying.
Good one.
I'm just saying because
sorry.
Mitch, he had such a great return. It probably
Yeah.
wasn't his ball, really, but it was a hell of a return. All right, so 40-15, Marino and Watchering with a point to hold to go up 2-1 in this is the third and deciding set. Get in.
It's out. Yep.
I'm just rooting for it to go in to see more paddle. I'm not rooting one way or the other, guys. I just want to make sure I say that so I don't get
Well, you already picked your winner.
any hate. Did I?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Mike.
For
yeah,
the
that's
record,
right.
for the
Mike-
record, everybody
Mike
picked
and
but
Greg,
me.
yeah,
I'm going to
that's right.
wait until it's match
Thanks a
point,
lot.
and
Yes.
then I'm going to pick
Great
mine.
job.
Yeah.
It is.
No. 1 serving.
1-2.
One serving
actually.
two. Yeah.
Yep.
We got a
you get,
packed deck.
I get you soda. You don't get me chili. What is that? What is that? Look at me. Does it look like I don't want chili?
Yeah, where's the reciprocity?
I know. Come on, man.
Cheese.
We got.
What are you trying to say?
Hey, we got Whoa maybe changing shoes. Can we get a field reporter down there? He's changing
Eli,
shoes.
grab a microphone. Oh, that's right. I don't have one for you.
You know, we're
Shoe
close
change?
enough where we don't
Is that
have
what that
to,
was? Yeah.
We're going to have you down there as the field reporter.
You know,
we just
we
got to
can-
figure out what camera we'll use.
We can just ask, probably.
Yeah,
Greg, are those feeling a little slick? Is that the deal? They're a little slick? You're going to... You got a hole started. He's got a hole going.
We're gonna
in the
get you
middle
guys
of
a
this.
sponsor
He's
soon.
putting enough steps in where he's blown a hole into one of his shoes, and he's going to change on the next changeover.
I love when people
So-
ask me, they go, how often do you get new shoes? I go, 2 weeks. They go, what? I go,
I know. No, you're right.
I told somebody once, they were like, well, I mean, what's
Thank
the
you.
deal with this huge write-off for clothing? And I was like, well, I went through 19 pairs of shoes for my job.
In the first half of the season.
Yeah, it was a kind of a nightmare
Yeah.
scenario.
do the math.
Yep.
I mean,
No, there's no question. The other thing is, Greg's too nice a guy to do this, but Matt, when we talked about that and we talked to him, now he's going to go, I would have won the match, but they broke my concentration by asking about my shoes. For that.
no,
I
he's
don't
good.
think- I don't think it's possible.
No, he would never do that. My family would.
I
but
think
he
with,
would.
I think with these four guys, it'd be pretty tough to be like, we lost the match because of the commentators on the deck.
Well,
Can they even hear us?
get in line. There's so many
Oh, they-
people that think that.
yeah.
Oh yeah, they can.
Oh, yeah.
Sure they can.
With such confidence. oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I checked.
Yeah. Do they have cookies?
Without question. Maybe. Now that he's back. Hey, yeah.
No.
We should
no
have
cookies?
texted you. Sorry.
All right.
I think the CPTC live stream social media
Great, Molly.
accounts are going to do really well when we start reviewing like cut meals.
Yeah,
the
love
dinners.
that.
I think that's going to be fun. We're going to start shooting a quick video. This is not just so that we can, sample everything and have a reason.
See, look,
He's
there,
there.
panel of death.
Yep.
Nice pick.
It's just a fact.
Yeah. You're
Said
I know you made fun of my
Nice.
death comment.
not really. I just love it that it's of death.
anything of death. Yes.
Well, I mean, you have to make it drastic. Craig Kottman wrote, for the real players. What I meant by that wasn't a derogatory comment. But
real. Listen, some people can be fake players.
Yeah.
It's true.
I know
I've
I am.
definitely lost my imagination before. It's not
I've
impossible.
never
I never
lost
had
in
it.
my imagination.
I never had any. What a
Oh,
shot.
my God, that's so good.
That's going to
Yikes.
seem, and you know what?
Yeah.
Marino handles it.
Yep.
Champ.
Great scramble.
Oh, he's there.
Oh, mixing it in.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, sneaky.
What a two-hander.
One-hander from Mike on the roll.
Exactly.
I mean, no offense to the guys last week, but this is the best Mitch we've seen all season.
So we've seen all season. Week 2. Now it's personal.
I said no offense.
You said it. You were
You know
right.
what, though?
Danny Oaks is going to be pissed.
No.
He's getting married next week. Don't
Well,
worry
it
about
was a
him.
straight
good for
set.
him.
Yeah.
Well, wait a minute. Let's face it. It was a straight set match, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Right? So
it was,
that's okay.
It was, what, 4-2 in like
Right,
12 minutes?
exactly.
It's all right.
So
It's
not
all
fair.
right. I think it's fair
You
to
gotta- yeah,
say
you gotta
this is
say-
some phenomenal paddle with more to come as
Sick.
the season goes on.
Yeah.
Combined PTI of negative, what'd I say, 18?
Yeah.
22? 22, yeah.
Just keep
Little
getting,
deep.
just keep going
Good
up and up.
move.
Like, it's
Yeah.
negative 81
Negative
now.
36.
I'll also give you this, though. In my experience, week 1 is never the greatest match of the season.
It can't be.
Probably not.
Can't be. But let's play paper, rock, scissors right
We'll
now.
talk.
Yeah.
We'll say it was, but
Yeah.
that's all right. Love 30. It's a big kick, serve point. Almost works against you in this weather.
I think forcing the movement is still really good.
Yeah.
And, there's always a chance that, with that level of spin and pace that the ball, you still
Get
can
a
force an
seamer.
error.
Oh,
Look
yeah,
at that.
sure.
Jesus.
Oh, clean, Mitchell.
So good.
I tell you what, style points from the Granger over, man, just off the charts tonight.
What's amazing is how the game has changed, right? Like, we would have 10 years ago scolded Mitch for swinging at that volley, right?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, now,
I remember learning. Yeah.
Don't ever swing
Shot,
on a
Craig.
volley.
Did you just drive a backhand? Yeah, it's my
No.
best shot. Don't
Put it
ever
away.
do that again.
Put
it
I
away.
never want to. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
But now, if you can't finish or kill a point, right, as we say, it's
Yeah. It's like, what are you wasting
what
my
are you
time
bringing
for?
what are you bringing to the game?
Yeah.
Tough.
Mitch is really feeling it right now.
Totally. Actually, in his subtle way, so is Greg, because he's hit a couple of shots, well, in typical Woetering form, the style, where you're just like, subtly, he just hits this crazy, spectacular.
He's Tracy
Nice
McGrady,
mic.
I'm telling you.
Yes.
If you look
Beautiful
at this,
lob.
if you look at the score line, if you look at the book at the end of this match, he's going to have 40 points, 20 rebounds, and 10 assists. He had a triple-double, and no one even noticed.
Get a contract extension by midnight. He'll have a contract. Tough.
Look at they just switched in the backcourt.
Yep. I like that low knocker. One of my favorites.
Good lob by Mitch there.
By the way, it's funny you mentioned that too. That happens in a lot of racket sports. I remember that a swing volley, when I was starting in the Paleozoic era, was a hot dog shot, and you had to do push-ups if you did one. Now we teach that shot. Basically, just like a roller would be in platform.
I had a lesson today with a female player,
Shot.
and I said, anytime the ball comes shoulder high or higher, less than 20 miles an hour, I want you to hit it as hard as you can.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I don't have any issue with that.
No one's getting it back.
Yeah.
Right.
And again, this isn't a
Uncharacteristic
comment
error.
about the players. It's just a fact.
Mike would not miss
If you
that on a
float a ball up there,
You're true. It's true.
with the dimensions of the court, you don't have the time or the space to get that ball back.
Nope.
I
30-40
had
a point to break here.
Several years ago,
Good shot.
had
Man.
a team where both
Crazy.
players were fresh off the tennis court and their drives were just great. And I was like, stop lobbing, just drive
Don't
every
lob.
ball. And it
Don't
was
lob.
because they were playing at a level where the volley was, they were hitting the drive with a volley every time.
Yeah.
Like whether it was going in or out, it was totally like they drove it, so we better hit it. And
Wow.
there's a point of diminishing returns there eventually, but it lasts
Well, as soon as
longer
they
than
figure
you would.
out they're not staying in, yeah.
Yeah, but it
you'd
goes
think.
longer than you would think.
So
right?
they did win that game.
They did.
So I was wrong about that. I was wrong about you, Cal. I
New
thought
guy?
you said you were
Who's
doing
Cal?
a good job. 3-1. All right. Okay, and again, looking for maybe a little bit more of what they had in the second set, possibly, from Andrew and Mitch. A little long on that one.
One at a time.
Only because,
One
look,
at a
you're-
time.
you got
Andrew Ogg says one at a time. The greatest pep
Sage,
talk ever.
Sage.
Oh, my God.
Yes.
Just get it in. Wait, I've been confused. Is that not what I've been trying to do the whole time?
Yeah, I always love, those particular points of feedback.
Yeah.
Sure.
Just get it in.
Oh, yeah.
Look at Mitch.
Oh,
Yikes.
sick.
He's hit about 7 or 8 of those.
Easily.
Yep.
I don't think he's missed one.
Oh, he has.
He's missed
Thanks,
a couple.
thanks,
that was
Cal.
the,
Yeah.
that was
I'm
the
trying to
set.
keep it
That was the
positive
first
over
set,
here.
but that's
they-
okay.
But again, you're playing the percentage on that,
Uh-huh.
right?
Right. I like that serve. So, okay, we always say this, man. You're better off serving up the tee. Not all the time. You go wide, on the due side, that is. Because sometimes you can catch a guy thinking, especially if you just go down to
A
10
little
center.
wide.
Look at this.
Rut-row.
Whoa.
Rut-row Shaggy.
All right. Got a couple of break points here for Hong and Granger. It's a good lob.
Look at, and a switch in the back.
Good.
Yep. Smart.
But and I think
guy.
again, and my comment wasn't that Mitch. I don't think he can play that ad side. He just hasn't played it. He's not as comfortable.
Yeah, I also think there's a big one, especially as the level of paddle goes up, you start thinking more about like, where are we getting opportunities on the return?
Right.
And so you might have, a situation where Andrew feels like he's, able to rip backhands off of the deuce side, and maybe he doesn't get as many looks on the ad side, or and because there's no penalty for switching in the backcourt. Right?
No. And I think to that point too, right? The serve is the one shot. Your return serve is the only one where you know exactly where it's going.
Yeah.
It has to go in that 10 by 11 box.
Exactly.
Looking for another switch here, possibly.
Wow.
Wow. Great top on that.
Super. And gets the break back there.
Are they going to throw the heaters on?
Well,
we're in that weird temperature.
It is. Does the court look kind of, other than being a kind of a UFO thing, it's really not, because it's not shiny. So we're not really seeing a lot of the X-File stuff tonight.
That's usually a positive. You don't want a lot of shine on
or
the court.
UFOs. Those are not good
Or
things.
UFOs.
No. But
Craig Kottman, I don't know what the score is, but a patented John Noble super spin drop shot on, what was that, court 3?
Yeah, he's hit several of those.
Yeah, that's his. He invented that shot, I think.
I think he's cheating by being 9 feet tall. I'm going to look into it.
He's
if
got
the
long
rules allow someone to be that tall and play paddle.
He doesn't wear khaki pants anymore, though, so that's a plus.
What's got the Harbaugh thing?
When he
happening?
plays.
Really? Did he? Oh,
when
yeah.
he plays.
Did
He was just coming straight from a board meeting.
Wait, don't
Just
bring
have
it up.
to
I
do
was
that
supposed to be there.
Oh, you missed the board meeting? That's okay. You had to be live.
I had to be here.
I wonder what the board meetings are like. I've never been,
You can take my place anytime.
Even if I dress up. I don't know.
I've got a great story of mine with
Khakis
a buddy
that will fit
who
me there too,
was
I think.
helping out a charity, and they were like, well, it'd be great for you to get involved. Maybe you could start, take the minutes. And he was like, sure, no problem. So he shows up, and, it's like a 2-hour meeting, and they're like, hey, John, did you,
I can see where this is
take
going.
any notes? And they're like, where's the minutes? And he's like, oh, don't worry about it. 97. And they're like, what? And he's like, yeah, it lasted 97 minutes. And he's like, oh, okay, you're not going to be on the board anymore.
Point of parliamentary procedure?
Yeah. Point of information, you're an idiot.
Low volley.
Oh, well, butter my biscuit. You don't see that very often. Mike Marino missed drive.
No.
But he was thinking that Mitch was going to shift on the windup and he was going to tag him in the
just
shoulder,
didn't move,
which was not a bad.
Super serve. Find that Nick, Andrew. Reach out with your feelings. Sorry.
That's what I'm teaching on my court tomorrow at the camp.
Really?
It's about life. Yeah.
That's a great shot. You know what? And Mo basically neutralized it, which is just a tribute to his. I was going to say greatness. Am I pumping up his balloon too much there?
He is
great. Super shot. That was just a super shot. I mean, anybody else isn't going to have problems with that one. Most anybody, anyway. I love it. To your point there, J-Lo, he wound up for an overhead. Real good disguise on that thing.
Look, and all these guys, right?
Yep.
Again, you don't teach deception, but the point is, if you're hitting your overhead from the correct, if you're hitting your overhead with proper form, you can hit every overhead from proper form, so you don't know what's coming. So it's just it's a benefit of doing it the right way.
It's technique, even more than anything else, not just style.
Yeah, you do have a lot of options.
It's a great shot, by the way.
Early.
John,
generally
you're either
Mitch would make
preparing
that volley,
to succeed,
you bet,
or succeeding at failing. Is that the line?
or preparing to fail. I think, but I don't want to correct you on air, but you're wrong.
Yeah, no, that's okay. I was doing it right there. I was succeeding at failing. Just wanted to demonstrate it.
Speaking of succeeding, it looks like Marino and Wotring have another break point here to see if they can.
Ready? We go paper, rock, scissors. Shoot on 4.
Shoot on 4.
Oh, I love that. Oh, and he followed it in. That was beautiful. I know it didn't work out, but it was a beautiful thing.
Well, but again, he's trying to change the dynamic of the point on his terms, right?
Yep.
What's interesting is, again, as we get deeper into this third set, I don't really see Mitch and Andrew changing their level of aggression based on the score. Like, they're still going to hit the cutter overhead when they get the opportunity.
Yeah, you dance with who you brought to the prom,
they're
coach.
Not, you know, if you get the shot,
famous Jim Love comment.
Exactly.
You got to dance with the girl you came with, right?
Quote your pops. Yeah, absolutely.
You don't change dates in the middle of the dance.
Well, I mean, my family does. That's not the point.
Yeah, different era.
Yeah, that's, you know.
They wore white
there.
gloves back then to dance.
Instagram provides a lot of different.
Oh, I guess I am that old.
Yeah.
So they got back to deuce here. With exactly, it's a great shot.
Such a good
It's
volley.
smart.
But that's why he plays Australian, right?
Yep.
Put him. Mike's returning cross court really well. And you just put Mitch there.
All right, point to hold here. Good hands.
I think.
I love that one. Look
good
at
ball.
Mo.
Oh, too hard.
Well, and I think he should have gone back screen there,
Made
to
it
be
work.
honest, right?
Made it work.
All right. 33, Patrick Ewing. Kenny King. I don't know. Where are we going with that?
33?
Yeah.
Patrick Ewing for sure. Scotty,
Absolutely.
no tip Pip.
Scotty Pippen. Scotty, get off the bench, Pippen.
No tip Pip.
I took that's a good. Wow, yeah, I heard about that.
Old
But,
Chicago lore.
by the way,
Nice
one of the
hands.
greatest players in the history of the game. No,
50.
no doubt.
Or no,
doubt.
100.
I would think so.
100
I would
greatest,
think. I would
right?
even say 50 if you. I mean, depending on. I don't know. It's hard to say.
I think he was NBA top
Was he top?
100.
I think he was too. But my point is,
Let's
I
switch
don't
again.
know. I mean, it's up for debate. You know, he's an awesome player. Did you? Really?
Recently?
All right. You're making a statement about the probably. What a shot!
Oh, tough.
Oh,
There,
my God.
and look, see how high that overhead
Yep.
was?
Yep. Yeah, you got a
I
chance
hate to go
wind
back to
up.
these little things, but
No,
in a
you're
match
right,
we're
Coach.
3-2 in the third set, or 3-3 in the third set.
It also gives them time to wind up for that thing. Sit. Yeah, he's there.
Yeah, I think that the trade-off is, especially after their success in the first set, they volleyed so well that it was like they were
it's
okay.
a great shot.
They were okay
Great
with the
disguise
drive
on that
coming,
one from
you know,
Mo.
heavy because it was all
Yeah.
working out.
Yes.
And
Marino
so,
with that. I don't know if you get a replay on that, but Marino basically looking at it like he was going to lob the ball, snapped it.
Well, but again,
15-0.
and I hate to say it, but overhead was hit too hard. It comes high off the screen. Now it gives them the option to drive.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Without question.
I mean,
That's tough.
the trade-off is do you take spin and pace, right,
Yes.
over power and placement.
Right. Yeah, it's really tough to hit a ball with any kind of spin or pace and keep it low. You have to like sort of be making
Yes.
decisions how
Yep.
much you're going to, you know, where are you gonna
Did he
take
touch
your
it? He
spot?
didn't touch it.
No, he didn't touch it.
You have to hit it like perfect
Yep.
to combo that platter. And
Correct.
there's no
Yeah.
better combo platter, right?
I'm sorry. Anytime you mentioned food, I just kind of perk up.
I like
like
the crispy
chicken.
Szechuan beef.
This week, yep.
It's at number 13.
I was going surf and turf
Yep.
or like chicken nuggets and tots.
Crab Rangoon.
Right?
Crab
I mean,
Rangoon
at
is
Stormy's.
That's my jam.
I like the turf and turf.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, yeah, you're right.
I mean, the Stormy's tots. Can we get a shout out to the Stormy's tots?
You know, I got to tell you something. Mitch is actually, I mean, when he winds up, because if he hits that flat forehand, I'm just getting out of the way. It almost does
Yeah.
me a favor, you know, hitting it with a lot of spin like that, even though it's still no picnic. But I tell you what, if you just flatten that out every so often, I'm not telling him what to do because he's
I
way
can't
better
tell
than I am.
if Mitch is irritated there for the decision or
Yes.
for missing
Yeah.
a shot.
Exactly. Kind of what
I
I'm trying
feel
to
like
say.
it was kind of
You're
like
just
he was
better
like,
about
why
saying
am I
it than I am.
driving that?
Yeah,
you know?
again, decision mistake, right, rather than an error mistake.
Yeah.
Yep. Selection.
Oh, he wanted to switch there.
And the partner said no. Kind of
Well,
like
it was almost like
kind of
he
like
was
my prom date.
he was going to switch to set up his own drive, right?
Yeah, yeah.
She wants me to cut in, and I said no. Or she said no. I don't know which one.
Look at Greg and Mike. They've gone back to kind of that normal do-nothing overheads.
It's working.
It's really benefited them so far. It really has forced the more patient points and has drawn some
Yes.
drive errors.
Is that how you stay one of the best
What
players
again?
in Chicago for decades?
For sure. By the way, those of you watching
Sorry,
again,
and I shouldn't say decades. I should say years. 'cause
you know
that
what?
really
Though it's
dates.
fine. It's
I
all
mean,
right.
both things are technically correct, so it's not, you know.
Seemingly
See,
decades, maybe.
that's a slow point with
But-
no aggressive
And the number
overheads
one
that-
overhead and paddle, right? Like
Yep.
we've all talked about it. Like you just hit it with no spin or no
Yeah.
speed.
Yeah, and you get it to...
You can't get it back.
You
All
get
right,
it to
point
hit
to
that.
Holden. They're going Australian here.
I love it. The only thing I don't love is they didn't talk about the signal.
Maybe they don't
I'm
need
serious.
to anymore. What a lob volley,
Like,
no?
the signal can be
No, maybe
totally
that wasn't a good
confused,
shot.
right?
Move.
It
Yep.
could be confused to what you mean.
That's true.
There's only...
Heads up.
Oh, boy.
There we go. Souvenir for a lucky fan right there.
There's only
Court
one...
one wanting to play in the box.
There's only one form of bad
I see it.
communication. And that's non-communication,
no
right?
communication.
And again, we're here for marriage, life, raising your kids, family.
All right, but you know what? It doesn't really count completely. My wife likes it when I don't say anything. Hands.
I'm kind of curious.
Sick.
I'm kind of curious if part of that is if you've played together long enough, there's sort of an unspoken
That's a good point.
element where it's kind of
Yeah.
like, let's go
Yeah, but-
Aussie here, and like, what are you doing? Who cares? We're going Aussie. like I wonder how much of it is just kind of like, as long as you hit a decent serve, we'll be fine.
Yes,
Yeah,
dear.
but yeah, okay, sure.
I'm really asking.
Sure.
You know, because
Okay, all right.
you
So
know.
you want my answer? No.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, that's a fair.
This is why Jason is here.
Yeah.
Because he's speaking the truth.
That's a fair answer.
He's allowed. I'm just saying.
And silence.
Yeah,
No.
I 100% agree with you. And here's my.
You're just giving the opportunity to say, if you've just joined us, we're at the Valleylo Club here in beautiful Glenview.
We're talking about
Historic
life.
Landmark Layton, Glenview. We're talking about life, paddle, and the pursuit of paddle happiness. Marital bliss, for that matter.
Somehow
And,
this became very much about life and relationships.
The far side.
As all paddle is by extension.
That's Andrew Long hitting
And by
that
extension,
backhand.
all sport.
Yeah.
His partner right there hitting that backhand lob. That's Mitch Granger.
Look at
They're
he-
playing
and
for
Mike-
Knollwood, I should say. The Knollwood
Smart.
Campers. I'm just saying. I
Now
don't know
they're
if
the Campers?
We didn't.
Oh,
We
that
didn't
was-
really say what their
You can't-
mascot was. I just.
We talked about it earlier. You
You
can't
can't go
move
one
left.
direction and
you
hit the
can't move
opposite.
left and hit right.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's tough.
Well, I keep telling you, it's for a fat like guys like me, it's pretty
Oh,
easy
no.
to do. Oh my
Oh,
gosh!
no.
Wow. All right, that doesn't happen very often. Didn't I say you didn't miss a serve since 1971?
Brad Gilbert.
That was the
seventh
first time.
game.
So yeah, exactly.
Right?
There you go. We're giving more love to Gilbert.
Did you bring up his book, Winning Ugly? Was that you?
Yeah. Might have been Coach Matt.
I think Jason did.
I don't think it was me.
Yeah. Winning ugly, I think, is your pull. You get full credit.
You're saying that's my thing, Winning Ugly?
No, I'm not saying it's your thing. I'm saying you brought it up at the perfect
That's
time
fair.
because you're a great announcer.
You know what? I don't care how I win, as long as I win every time.
That's funny because if I
That's
have
in
to
the
be
book,
honest with
Winning Ugly,
myself,
by the way.
I'm 100% care how I win, and
Yeah.
it was the reason for
Yeah.
my lack of success.
Yeah, no, I could care less. But you know what? Someone told me once the greatest compliment they give me is you just win. You know, like
I totally agree with you.
I had no talent and I lost. So
Yeah.
I don't know what that means. But
I had a
just saying.
coach tell me one time that the reason that I'm not better because I had some level of talent was that I liked hitting the cool shot more
Yeah.
than I liked winning the point. And I was like, yeah, that's accurate.
totally true.
And he was like, are you going to change that? And I was like, I don't see that happening. No.
Just being honest.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
Hitting the cool shot. What's that like? Never done that before. Man, I tell you what, their cutters. They're just. I almost want to say, what is the ratio of success per cutter attempts has been unbelievable.
You know,
to
I'm
me.
not stat tracking, but we probably should build that in. I bet it would be an easy one to put a counter.
Can we
on
put the new guy on that?
I'm sure as a stream team we can figure that out.
He loves it.
And loving it. Can't get enough. Backhand volley. Good lob. Clips the line.
Wow. And a generous call. But again,
Yeah, I know. I was
four
gonna
good
say.
guys, I would have called it out. But
See, that's why I say clips the line, but you're going to be less political, and this is exactly what I mean. You're speaking the truth. I'm lying to people. Nice pick. Yeah. A little more pace on that overhead. He's got a great feel for that, though.
they're lobbing better, right? So
Absolutely.
it forces them to hit a
Nice
worse
move by
overhead,
Mitch.
right?
He
Perfect
read that
location.
early.
If you were
on
to
that drive
rewind
from
that
the Grand
point,
Trover, amazing.
you had Mike and
Amazing location.
Wowo hitting every overhead from behind the service line.
Uh-huh.
So then every ball has to get hit harder.
We got 3 great serve. We got 3 points.
Oh, nice volley.
To go up
Patting
and break
Mike
here.
Marino.
Sit. No, it's
Right.
in. It played.
He's just always there.
Yep.
Okay, so if you're going to say the best hands over the... And again, I don't want to date Mike, but let's just say 20
Why not?
years.
He's such a great guy.
Okay.
He's a good-looking
He's
guy.
handsome.
I don't see why.
I don't have a problem.
I mean, I would
I
date
see
Mike.
what you
look
did
the
there.
other way.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
I'm
mean,
saying
he's
if
a
he-
keeper.
I'm saying if he's not like your oldest guy you've ever been with, right? Like, but our oldest pro you've
Are
ever
we
been
still
with.
talking about doubles?
But the point is,
Do you want a shovel for this hole that you're digging? No, your point is, continue.
There
is there
it
anybody
is.
with better hands
5-3.
over the last number of years?
I think that was a shovel right there.
I would
Let's
have
rephrase
trouble
that.
with that only because I feel like part of it is it's so much about his anticipation.
Yes.
Like, I mean,
Yeah.
it's like part of it is like, does he have good hands at the net? Absolutely. Is he always in the spot where you're driving the ball? Yeah. How the hell does he do that?
Yeah,
Like,
it's
just,
true.
It's
No.
just one
mean,
of his innate talents.
He's just so smart at finding the right spot, which is
There's-
great. But he,
Cal, calm down, will you? See, if you start laughing, everybody else is going to laugh.
the new guy, he gets me every time.
But a shot,
Oh,
but
nice hands.
unbelievable.
But to your point, he moves to the.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
That was good disguise, too. It's
Well,
just
but-
that Ong's over there, and he's just going to track
Andrew
it
doesn't
down.
mind when someone
No.
hits an FYM.
He doesn't seem
No.
to care. No, does not care.
Captain Chaos, the new version.
Stayed high. That was a perfect.
That's another. I'm going to say it. That's another shot, kind of new school shot. Not just the cutter, different levels of cutter. Like you'll hit. I've seen guys do baseline cutters. Like they'll hit it because
Yeah.
it looks like you're going to hit a drop shot, and then they move in and you're actually hit it to the baseline and you can catch them off guard.
Yeah.
I think that's a really cool shot too.
I agree with you where, especially, you've talked about how much the game has changed.
Yes.
Like there was a time at which there was a cutter overhead that could win a point,
Yep.
and then it kind of went away because people could read it, and
Yep.
now it's become about the variety
Yep.
of spin and placement that you can put on a ball.
Oh, nice touch from Wotring.
Well, but I also think like instead of just rolling that ball in, right?
Yep.
You're now gonna hit
Yeah.
it aggressively.
Yeah, absolutely.
Without
and-
question.
And that's the trade-off you're talking about, where occasionally you're thinking all about the spin, and then you hit, the second panel of death,
Yep.
and there's the only thing you can do is play defense.
Yeah. I mean, no doubt.
Again, panel
Selection.
of death.
I also talk to certain students. It's in there.
Got it. Caught the line.
About speed and quickness, where sometimes your anticipation, like you were talking about, where Marino seems to know where the ball, for instance, all of these guys pretty much have some real good instincts out there. It's not like they don't, but sometimes that adds to your speed
Yeah.
because you have an anticipation where the ball's going to go. You're already there. Where some people just reacting, their speed is amazing, but sometimes your instinct make you faster. What a pick!
Nice.
Sick.
I think I said it last week, and again,
Yeah, I love
the
that.
great. Oh wow! Look at the hands by Mike. Not bad.
Good
for
early move.
Oh, it's going in.
He got
Look at
it.
the spin.
What a rally.
But I said it last week, Sean,
Sick.
is the great Jerry Viant, right? You
Sure.
should never hit a ball faster that you're willing
She's a genius.
or capable of moving as fast as,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
And
Great.
so you-
Nice point.
Can we
That's a
clap for
tough
that?
one.
Yeah. We do
That
the
was
Pat
unbelievable.
McAfee thing. We'll just clap for them. Give them a clap.
We'll just clap for them.
All right, so
Do you ever want people to just clap for you?
Sometimes occasionally I'll set up the standing ovation when a friend shows up at a restaurant,
Oh.
just because, just to be like,
to see what
this
happens.
is going to make everybody
Yeah.
feel good. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it costs you nothing, right?
Yeah,
to feel
yeah,
good,
it's
to make
just
them
a
feel good.
moment. I used to do it to my brother all the time. He would always be the last one to show up for like,
I
a
love
family meal.
those people in your life that make you feel good, and friggin' it costs them nothing.
Yeah.
No,
right?
What's the downside?
my favorite also are the people that don't know what's going on. They're like, who's that?
They just stand up and start clapping.
Is that who is that? Is that President Ford?
Am I supposed to get their autograph?
But at the same time, I love them too, right?
Is that Jeb Bush? Who is that?
Jeb Bush. Where does he rank in the bushes?
Fourth.
We go so many different directions with that. Oh, back to 30s, by the way.
And a switch there by Mitch and Andrew in the backcourt.
So Mitch and Andrew have the opportunity, but it's always tough to close it out, even though they're receiving for the match here.
So I'm going to give Mike Marino a little bit more credit here.
More love.
As I was thinking about it. In terms of that level of anticipation, the other thing that he does is his mobility is so high that when he anticipates and makes a move to volley, he's not concerned about choosing wrong.
Now,
like, he's always been able to dig that ball out off the screen, and so it just adds that layer of, confidence to the...
And I'm going to throw another one out there, too. Like, he always, and for us technical people, right, he's always moving to his right. So he's always hitting backhand volleys.
Bingo.
Yep.
So the point is like, you might guess or hit a shot that you're unexpected, but if you're always moving right, it's your backhand volley. It's easy.
Yeah,
it's
so
easier.
you've decided that that's what you're doing.
What it's going to be.
So you're hitting a backhand volley or you're letting it go.
He got
Right.
it.
Those are your two options.
Right.
That's a
That's
perfect
smart.
shot.
Great ball.
All right, looking at deuce here. Can't get any higher.
Finding a groove deep in the third set.
By the way,
Andrew
we're showing
starting to
Mike
show the
Marino a
fist
bunch
bump.
of love. He is the director here, so we want to be invited back so we're continuing to pump up his balloon.
Well, I think that's part of it, right, Sean?
Yep.
Is we're highlighting the Valleylo Club and the great job they've done. Again, the deck is packed up
It
there.
is awesome. Seriously,
Paddle
great
hut is
viewing.
packed.
Yeah.
And
super
again, it
program
costs
here.
you nothing to be nice. His calf sleeves are hot. I'll say it.
All right, we got a match point here, by the way, just in case anybody was wondering.
Oh, but he had to go
he
for it.
had
He had
it.
to go for it. Yeah. And they
You know what, though?
They all looked up at us.
I
at
give
the
him
same-
credit.
I
That's a
wouldn't
Mitch,
respect him
Yes,
if he did.
that's a
exactly,
Mitch
you know,
Granger.
had
That's
to do
yeah,
it.
you come on. It's Mitch Granger. Of course you're going to do that.
We-
If I was him, I would do that.
We would have made fun of him if he didn't.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Come on. This is match point.
Come on.
Pull the trigger.
Exactly.
You're either Lovey Smith, you're playing to lose.
I love when Jason quotes Lovey Smith. Who quotes Lovey Smith? Good hands. Wotring, just lightning up there. The Jedi. No, he was Saruman. I'm sorry, I'm going to stick with the Lord of the Rings stuff.
Lord of the Rings
Not that he's
reference.
evil. He just is powerful. Okay, I'm just saying it. He's Gandalf. Not really. He doesn't look old enough to be Gandalf.
Great volley.
Yeah, that's tough.
Jeez. He was not expecting
Nope,
that.
that was a laser.
That's one of those where he was mad at Greg for putting in that spot, but he acted
That's
like
the
it was
right
okay.
shot.
That was, Coach.
He was like, "Why am I standing here?"
Why am I getting crushed by this forehand drive
All
right
right,
now?
point to hold here to go to 5-4 and make your future.
I'm going to go back to that exact comment and say, and I teach this a lot. The two words you can say to your partner on the court that means so much are thank you. No, I'm serious.
God, I thought you were going to go in a direction with that
Yes,
one.
but the other two words you
Is
can say.
I love you.
The other two words you can say are not there.
Or not yours.
Yeah,
Right? There's a lot.
You got a lot of two-word
Yeah, but
combinations
can we be
you can pull
positive?
from.
Let's be positive, right?
Yeah.
So when somebody does something nice, you say
So-
thank you,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That means a lot.
Yeah.
I'm a positive guy, you
Yeah,
know.
thank you. Great shot.
I get a lot of what the deuce out there. Sean, what the deuce, man? Good lob. Okay, so every so often you will see, because I've heard this from somebody who's been watching a lot of it. I call them telecasts. Maybe that's old school. Maybe I shouldn't be saying that.
Just
All right,
just
live
turn
stream.
back
I
your-
don't think I want to clear it up. There's no debate that it's old school.
Okay,
Just,
fine. All right, fine.
Can you just rewind your 8-track? We're going to be fine.
Anyway, they were saying, Sean,
had
a
a
lot of
TiVo for
the
4 years.
lobs, and I just want to ask this because a lot of the lobs they were saying, you tell us to lob the ball deep, and I'm saying
That's
yes.
a great
We
play.
do say that.
Which
super
panel
shot.
did that hit?
That was the
Which
second panel.
panel?
That was
All right,
the
good
Second
death.
panel.
Yes, you're
above
right.
the head.
Yeah, you get credit
It's,
for that.
it's going to be
If
a
we
drive.
had the
It gave him a
telestrator,
lot of options.
is there a
It's just no
telestrator
bueno.
anymore? If we had the telestrator, you could draw it on the screen.
Just so stupid. Why would you hit it there?
Got another deuce game.
I don't know, but as far as this telecast goes,
He tells the truth. That's what it is. Let's just say what it is,
Yeah.
okay? That was just stupid. All right. We got it. It looks like we got another
There's
match point
5
here.
panels on that back screen. You can hit 3 of them.
Oh, you're kidding.
wow.
Come on.
What
good.
a move.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. That was a game point. So we had the score wrong. It's all right, Cal. You're
I had
you're
the
the new
score
guy.
right.
there's a
You're the
lot
new
going
guy.
on.
Yeah.
New guy.
Don't worry about it. All right, so it makes it's still an advantage here for Ong and Granger. They just have to serve it out. That's the tough part here.
Well, and this is that long game, short game, right?
Yep.
We're going to go back to Brad Gilbert here.
Yep. Man, he's getting a lot of love. He's not that nice
I
a guy.
actually like
you know
that guy.
right?
I mean, he wears cool hats.
Yeah, he is. But I can tell you some. What the heck does that have to do with it?
Cool hat.
What is he? What is this
loves
Curious
Brad Gilbert in
George?
the Kentucky Derby. There's cool hats.
The man in the yellow hat.
He's
Curious George.
He's coached a lot of good players, you know.
Sure. Oh, good miss hit, sir.
He's Moonlight Graham's wife, basically. Wears a lot of blue hats.
A lot of blue hats. Boxes of blue hats.
He's a great coach. I'm just saying. I could show you.
Nice overhead. That's
Patented
tough.
Mike
Let's
Marino.
stay down.
Who was thinking we weren't going to see a tie break? Because I'm starting to.
You
I
know
called
what?
it.
Remember?
Did you call it?
You
I
brought
called it.
Yeah.
I'm never right, so just pass me up.
Yeah. There's
low
a
15
real
right here.
possibility here.
I mean, I got people waiting up for me. We could get this match done. It'd be great.
Okay.
I got nothing. I got no one.
Oh,
There it is.
God, that's
He's
good.
there.
God.
You know what? There's so
But
much.
did
I want to
anybody
use the
here
word
see
English.
that coming?
Yes. No.
Did anybody see it coming?
No, I saw it.
Again,
I saw no
double
overhead.
90,
Yep.
elbows up.
There you go. Did you replay that, Cal? Because that would have been. I don't want to say it'd be really nice.
Good volley.
Super playing at the net for Mitch just to make sure he was on that. That's my favorite, where you're on the volley even though it's netted in front of you. That's always a good feeling. Here it is. We got a couple of match points here for Ong and Granger. Let's see if Mo does what Mo usually does, which is play every percent Motown. I love it, Cal. Nice. I'll start to use that and not steal any other. There it is.
That's a great
match. I guess I was wrong.
Unbelievable.
Well played. Yeah, nice try, Jason.
Darn it.
That's
It's all right. Super match anyway, man. I'm with you, Jay. I don't mean to disparage anything we've done up to now. Awesome.
Really good
All right.
match.
That's a fantastic evening here from Valleylo Club. We
Yep.
appreciate them hosting. Solid all the way around.
Kudos to the Knollwood Club coming in here and stealing one.
For
Again,
sure.
no offense to last week. Best match we've seen this year.
Best match of the season.
Absolutely. We're just going to say that every week. That just disparage the one from last week.
We
Next week,
appreciate
much
you all
better.
joining us.
Next week's
That's
going
right.
4 sets.
Do we know where we are next
We're
week,
playing
guys?
best of 7.
Do we know where
No,
we
we
are?
don't. Actually, this is
No.
one of the things I was going to bring up is that we're in the process of finalizing the rest of the schedule. We've got,
Sure.
we've got our fishing, our lines out to some of the other clubs in the area, but we'll have it figured out. We'll start posting it. We also have some social media launching next week. So for anybody
Nice.
that's sticking around, we're going to have some content that we're creating for everybody. Some from the matches, some from the community, the paddle community, and the CPTC. So enjoy it if everybody tuned in for some of that. Some of it's really good, and some of it's questionable at best. As I've started to edit some things together, it's
Hey, it's a work in progress,
it's a
Coach.
work in progress. But
That's
you know
what
what?
it is.
It's all entertaining. I'll give you that.
Exactly.
I mean, it's,
Big thank you to Valleylo Club.
Absolutely.
Director
Mike
Racket Sports,
Marino.
Mike Marino.
Yep. All the
again,
players tonight:
exceptional
Mitch
club,
Granger,
exceptional
Andrew
program.
Ong, yeah. Greg Watrino's going to call him. Tom Watrino's going to. I'm blowing it
Whoa,
tonight,
whoa.
guys. Whoa, blowing it tonight. Hey, thank you, Jason Love. Thank you, Matt McClure, Cal Noble, Eli McClure did a great job tonight.
I love it
don't
that-
know about me.
I love it that-
Sean
Did you thank
Albrecht,
the new guy?
The new guy smell.
Actually have a new guy.
Yeah, I
We
love
do
it.
have
That's
it.
what makes it great is that Eli, my son, shows up to help carry cables and set stuff up, and somehow Cal is the new guy.
No, he's always going to be the
He'll
new
always
guy.
be the new guy.
Always.
Always be the new guy.
There's a backstory there.
It is.
And we'll talk about it next week, so join us.
Exactly. All right.
Thanks, everybody. We will see you next week for some more paddle from Chicago.
Not your bank's top priority? Here at Wintrust, we take a different approach to banking. No hidden fees or runarounds, but a true banking partner focused on your unique financial goals. Whether you're opening your first account, found your dream home, planning for the future, or starting a business, we have the financial solutions to get you there. Stop settling and start experiencing a better way to bank. Wintrust. Different approach, better results.
From the heart of Chicago up to the North Shore and stretching from the northwest suburbs down to Kankakee. From urgent in-office care to virtual in-home visits, we're making orthopedic care available wherever and however you need it. Because while we're adapting our lives to keep each other safe, we know that new injuries will happen and old injuries will still linger. And IBJI is here to